they're gonna send somebody out, okay? All right, good morning, everybody. This is Judge Wish. It is December 1st, 2020. We are in BRC 1. And can I have the parties announce themselves for the record, please?
Good morning, Edith Bush for the Office of the State Attorney.
Jace Thompson on behalf of the Office of the Public Defender.
And everybody in the gallery, if you are going to testify today as a witness, I'm going to need you to stand and raise your right hand to be sworn in. Any witnesses going to testify? Okay. Please raise your right hand to be sworn in. Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? Yes, okay. And also, when you come into the witness box, it's very difficult to hear, so I'm going to need you to get as close to the microphone as possible and speak as loudly as possible. It may be awkward and uncomfortable, but I need you to do that for me, and also keep your mask on, okay? All right. You can sit down now, thank you. All right, tell me your name, please.
Rudolph Thomas Narvez.
All right, Mr. Narvez, you're here in 2020 MM 8395AO. This is an arraignment. And the public defender was previously appointed in your case. You're charged by information with trespass in a structure and criminal mischief. Those are both misdemeanors of the second degree alleged to have occurred on or about October 17th, 2020. Mr. Thompson, how do you want to proceed?
Your Honor, we will enter a plea of not guilty.
Okay.
Your pretrial date will be in Division 63, December 17th at 8:30 in courtroom 12C.
All right, thank you, sir. And then Bazo Rivera, is he the no, he's not. I have him next as a reset. Okay.
You have three of them.
It says English. Jean Carlos is next. Is Spanish? Okay. And then we have the whole Spanish docket. It's just the paperwork's all crazy today because of the Spanish. I don't know where the Spanish list is. Is it up here? Okay. Okay, Padilla Rodriguez. I'm sorry, I just have to get all this paperwork together.
I think you're going to have to stand at this mic. Right. He can't get. Oh, that mic, okay.
That's okay.
Hello, Cisco Unity connection message.
Good morning, interpreters. This is Dalia Romero's already sworn in.
Good morning, and you're on BRC 1. The defendant is at the podium with the headphones on, so just let me know when you've made contact, please.
Yes, one moment, Your
Thank
Honor.
you. And this is Judge Wish.
Thank you. Did I say I was already sworn in? Dalia Romero?
Yes, I heard. Thank you.
Okay. Sorry.
Sí.
You can hear the interpreter, Your Honor.
Okay. Good morning, sir. Tell me your name, please.
Giancarlo Bauso Rivera. Bauso Rivera.
Giancarlos Bauso Rivera.
Mr. Balso Rivera, you're here in case number 2020 CF 14208AO. You are arrested for the offenses of home invasion, robbery with a firearm, battery, criminal mischief over $1,000, aggravated assault with a firearm, and false imprisonment. This was reset from yesterday for the state to provide the court with additional information as it relates to probable cause. I have reviewed that information and do find that there is probable cause. I believe that information was also provided to the public defender as well. Mr. Bauza Rivera, I don't have a form for the public defender. It looks like the public defender was appointed yesterday by Judge Carter. Okay. So, Mr. Thompson, what do you want to do? Count 1 is a punishable by life felony.
The defense will not be holding the state to their burden at this time, and we will reserve the right for the full Arthur hearing downtown.
Okay, I know that you don't speak Spanish, but have you been able to communicate, do you want to communicate that to Mr. Bauza Rivera through the interpreter so he understands? Okay, why don't we do that? Okay. So, wait, I need to continue. Okay, so Mr. Bauza Rivera, your attorneys explained to you what's going to happen next is your attorneys will file a motion, that will be heard in the trial division downtown as it relates to count 1. I'm going to hold you at no bond on count 1. Count 2 will be $500. Count 3 will be $150. Count 4 will be $7,500. Count 5 will be $1,500. You're not to have any contact directly or indirectly with any victim, any witness, or any co-defendant. You're not to possess, consume any drugs or alcohol without a valid prescription. You're not to possess any weapons, firearms, or any ammunition. You're not to return back to the victim's residence. And so that motion will get filed within a reasonable amount of time in the trial division. If you have any questions, you can contact the public defender's office, and they'll give you a phone number. Okay, thank you, sir. I'm gonna need to write a note on there.
So he just said for that one case. I don't know what you ordered.
We have another case?
Oh, for the person.
Okay, I think some of them have the same last name. Okay.
Buenos días, sí, lo puedo escuchar. Ok.
Can you just put that note on all of them? I don't know when it's gonna be for all of them, so that the judge knows. Good morning, sir. Tell me your name, please.
Buenos días, Michael Padilla Rodríguez.
Good morning, Michael Padilla Rodriguez.
Mr. Padilla Rodriguez, you're here in case number 2020 MM 8523AO. You were arrested for domestic violence battery. I do find that there is probable cause. I will appoint the public defender's office to represent you, and I don't see any witnesses present. I am ordering that you have no contact directly or indirectly with any victim or witness in the case. I'll have you sign the no contact order. Do you understand everything on the no contact order, sir?
Sí, yo lo había leído, yo lo leí.
I had already read that.
I'm sorry?
He had already
Eh,
read
Okay.
the no contact, Your Honor.
I'm asking if you understand everything that's on the form.
Sí, yo lo entendí.
Yes, I did understand.
Okay, you're to maintain a separate residence. You're not to return back to where the offense is alleged to have occurred. You may return one time to your residence with law enforcement to get your personal belongings if you need to do so, but you must be with law enforcement. You're not to possess weapons, firearms, or any ammunition. You're to comply with any Department of Children and Families investigation that there may be pending. I am placing you on pretrial release, sir. Thank you.
Gracias. Que pase buen día.
Thank you. Have a good day.
Good morning. Tell me your name, please.
Catherine Joana Sandoval Urrea.
Catherine Joana Sandoval
Ma'am,
Urrea.
Urrea.
Ma'am, you're here in case number 2020 MM 8498AO. You're arrested for domestic violence battery. I do find that there is probable cause. I will appoint the public defender. We do have a witness, sir. Do you need the interpreter as well?
Yes.
Yes? Okay. And Madam Interpreter, I have a witness here who's going to need your services, so let's take the headphones off of her, and if you could do it over the loudspeaker, that would be great. All right, sir.
Señor, ¿puede escuchar la intérprete?
Sí, señora.
He can hear the interpreter.
Can you tell me your name, sir, and spell your last name?
¿Me puede decir su nombre y deletree su apellido, por favor?
Es Juan Velázquez.
V de Víctor, E-L-A-S-Q-U-Z. E-Z.
All right, Mr. Velázquez.
Juan Velázquez.
Okay, Mr. Velázquez, how do you know
Señor
Miss
Velázquez,
Urrea?
¿cómo conoce usted a la señora Urrea?
Es mi esposa.
She's my wife.
And are you afraid of her?
¿Usted le tiene temor a ella?
No, lo que sucedió fue algo que se salió de control, pero pues yo la amo a ella es buena madre, buena esposa, buena mujer. Fue una situación que se salió un poco de control.
No, this is a situation that just got out of control. I love her. She's a good mom, a wife, and a good woman.
So based on that, you're telling me you're not afraid of her?
Y basado en eso, usted me está diciendo que usted no le tiene temor a ella.
No, yo quiero estar con ella y quiero pues tratar de salvar la relación que tenemos porque ella es la persona que yo amo y ella es la mamá de mis hijos.
No, I want to be with her. I want to try to save the relationship. She's the woman that I love and she's the mother of my children.
Okay. Has there been instances of violence prior to this incident before?
Antes de este incidente, ¿ha habido algún otro incidente de violencia previamente?
No, es algo que se salió de control por de pronto motivos monetarios. Es que toda la carga de la casa ha caído sobre ella.
No. This is something that maybe got out of control because of financial issues. All of the expenses of the home has fallen on her shoulders.
Okay, and if something like this were to happen again in the future or you felt threatened, would you call law enforcement?
Si algo así volviera a ocurrir en el futuro y usted se sintiera amenazado, ¿usted llamaría a la policía?
Sí, claro, pero lo ideal es que no vuelva a suceder y yo sé que no va a volver a suceder.
Yes, of course, but the perfect thing would be that this does not happen again, and I know this won't happen again.
Okay. Ms. Bush, did you have any additional questions?
No, Your
La
Honor,
fi-
thank you.
se le pregunta a la fiscal si tiene alguna otra pregunta y la fiscal ha dicho que no. Gracias.
Mr. Thompson?
No questions, Your Honor.
All right.
Señor Thompson, ¿alguna pregunta? No, su señoría.
All right, thank you, Mr. Velasquez. I'm going to allow you to have non-hostile, non-violent contact with your husband, ma'am.
Señora, gracias, señor Velázquez. Señora, yo le voy a permitir a usted tener contacto con su esposo, pero el contacto no puede ser ni hostil ni violento.
That means no hitting, punching, scratching, biting, kicking, or getting in his face and being disrespectful.
Eso quiere decir que no puede golpearle, no puede pegarle, no puede gritarle, patearle, y tiene que ser un comportamiento cordial.
Do you understand what that means?
¿Entiende lo que esto quiere decir?
Sí, yes.
Yes.
You're not to possess weapons, firearms, or any ammunition.
No puede poseer ningún tipo de armas, armas de fuego, armas blancas, armas mortales ni municiones.
And you're to comply with any Department and Children and Families investigation that may be pending.
Y tiene que participar de cualquier investigación que el Departamento de Niños y Familias lleve a cabo.
And I'm placing you on pretrial release.
Le estoy poniendo en libertad preventiva.
Mr. Velasquez, she'll be released today. Don't know what time, but she will not have to post a bond. Okay?
Señor Velázquez, ella va a salir hoy, no sé a qué hora, pero él no va a tener que pagar una fianza. Bien.
Okay.
Thank you. Thank you.
Ok, gracias.
Disculpa,
Excuse me.
Yes.
¿yo la espero a ella o es
Do
que
I
no
wait
tenemos
for
cómo
her?
comunicarnos?
They will call you when she's ready to get picked up, or she can call you. Okay? It's going to be some time. It's going to be some hours for them to process her.
Toma unas cuantas horas procesarle para que pueda salir y ellos o se comunican con usted y le dejan saber o ella se va a poder comunicar con usted y dejarle saber que ya salió. Bien,
Ok.
eso es todo.
All right. Thank you, sir.
Ok, muchas gracias.
Ok. Thank you very much.
Good morning. Tell me your name, please.
Buenos días. Dígame su nombre, por
We're back on the headphones. Madam Interpreter, thank you.
Delfín Alexis Flores. Delfín Alexis Flores.
Delfín Alexis Flores.
Mr. Flores, you're here in 2020 MO 1275 AO. You were arrested for an open container violation. There is probable cause. Ms. Bush, did you have an offer?
Yes, Your Honor. The offer is an adjudication of guilt, 4 days Orange County Jail, 2 days credit time served, and court costs.
Mr. Flores, did you want to accept that offer? That would get you out tomorrow.
¿Está bien?
That's fine.
Okay, did you read the plea form?
No.
No.
Nobody gave you a
No.
plea form?
No tengo los pejuelos.
No, I don't have my glasses.
No puedo ver eso.
I can't read that.
Okay, well, Mr. Thompson, I'm gonna appoint your office, and we're gonna have to do it out here, because you're gonna have to do it through the interpreter.
Okay, you want me to do it? Let's do it now, right? Ready, Your Honor. Would like to accept the state's offer and enter a plea of no contest.
Okay. Mr. Flores, did you understand everything that was explained to you about the plea form?
Sí, señora.
Yes, ma'am.
And did you understand the rights you're giving up by entering the plea?
Sí, señora.
Yes, ma'am.
Are you on probation anywhere?
No.
No.
Do you understand if you're not a U.S. citizen, the plea will subject you to deportation?
Sí.
Yes.
All right, I do find there's a factual basis to accept your plea based on the affidavit in the court file. I'll adjudicate you guilty, sentence you to 4 days with credit for 2 days' time served, and order that you pay your court costs by December 1st, 2021. If you'd like to appeal the judgment and sentence of the court, you must do so in writing within 30 days. If you cannot afford an attorney, one will be appointed for you, sir. Good luck. Thank you.
Ok.
Okay.
Good morning. Tell me your name, sir.
Israel Sarmiento.
Israel Sarmientos.
Sir, you're hearing case number 2020 CF 14279AO. You are arrested for possession of MDMA. There is probable cause for the offense. I'll appoint the public defender to represent you in your case. You're not to possess any drugs or alcohol without a valid prescription. Mr. Sarmiento, I'm going to release you on your own recognizance. You're going to have to get in touch with the public defender within 24 hours of your release from the jail. You're not to miss any court dates, okay?
Ok,
Thank you.
Okay.
gracias.
All right, and I think that's all for the Spanish. Madam Interpreter, if you could just make an announcement in the gallery and see if anybody else needs the interpreter.
Yes, Your Honor.
Thank you.
¿Hay alguna otra persona aquí en la audiencia que vaya a necesitar intérprete? ¿Alguien más? Levanten su mano, por favor.
I don't see any hands raised. Thank you so much.
You're welcome, Your Honor. Have a great day.
Thank you. Have Kelsey Cadet, which is Creole, and we have them on the line. Oh, great. Okay. Are there any witnesses for Cadet?
Are you saying she needs an interpreter?
Nobody raised their hand. Well, we're gonna have to, we'll
You
have
wanna
to
do the
call back
Creole
when they're
first?
ready. Yeah, the interpreter's on the Creole interpreter's on the line. Good morning. Is this the Haitian Creole interpreter?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, good morning, Your Honor. I'm the Haitian Creole interpreter.
Okay, and then have you been sworn in?
Not yet.
Okay, can you raise your right hand to be sworn in? Do you swear to translate from English to Haitian Creole and Haitian Creole to English to the best of your ability?
Yes.
Okay, and then I do have the individual that needs your services in front of me. And if you could introduce yourself so I know he understands you.
Yes. Oui, bonjour. Moi, c'est interprète. Je vais aller traduire pour avec juge là. Est-ce que vous bien comprendre moi?
Yes.
All right, if you could tell him in his native tongue that he needs to speak in Haitian Creole if he's going to use the interpreter.
Donc, comme observer avec interprète là, c'est pour parler en créole seulement.
Okay.
Tell me your name, sir.
Dis-moi comment relais, monsieur.
Cadet Kesley.
Cadet Kesley.
Sir, you're here in case number 2020 MM 8514.
Donc, monsieur obtient des numéros dossier 2020 MM 8514.
You were arrested for domestic violence battery, and I do find that there's probable cause.
Donc, yo arrêté ou à cause de violence domestique ou te frappé moun. Donc, moi trouvé que gen cas, gen cause et qui probable dans dossier.
Sir, did you want me to appoint the public defender's office to represent you?
Monsieur, est-ce que vous voulez que m'engager défense publique là pour défendre nous?
Oui.
Yes.
I'll appoint the public defender's office in your case. You're not to have any contact directly or indirectly with any victim or witness in the case. I'll have you sign the no contact order form, which should be in Haitian Creole. Do you understand everything on the form, sir?
Yes, ma'am.
Well, let me let her interpret.
Oui, m'a payé engagé défenseur public là. Et pour dossier là, ou pas fait pour gain contact ni de près ni de loin avec moun qui dans dossier là. Et donc m'a gain forme qui dit pour pas faire contact là pour signer, il écrit en créole.
All right, and you indicated that you understood everything on the form, is that correct?
Et vous montrez moi que ou indiquer que vous comprenez tout ça qui dans forme là. Est-ce que c'est correct?
Oui.
Yes.
You're to maintain a separate residence. You may return one time with law enforcement to get your personal belongings.
Donc, ou fait pour gagner une résidence qui séparée, ou gain doit retourner dans côté une seule fois pour aller chercher les affaires personnelles, mais il faut accompagner de officiers de l'ordre.
Okay.
Des forces de l'ordre.
You're not to possess weapons or firearms or any ammunition.
Pas poser gain zam à feu ni aucun munition.
Non, moi pas use bagay sa yo.
No, I do not use these things.
Okay. And your bond is $500, sir.
Les fini et caution là, bon one, c'est $500.
Thank you.
Merci.
All right, thank you, Madam Interpreter. That is all.
You're very welcome, Your Honor.
Have a good day.
Nothing else. Thank you for using our service. Have a great day, ma'am.
Thank you. You too. Do we know what witness out there for what case so that I can know to call the interpreter when we get to that case?
I was not made aware that there was one.
Okay. Because we're just going to have to call the interpreter at the time that we call the case.
I think he's getting ready to let. Rivera? It's going to be for Rivera, Will Leslie Rivera, 2020 MM 8501. And it's Spanish interpreter. Correct, Officer Williams?
Okay. Ready when you are. Good morning. Tell me your name, sir.
Good morning, Your Honor. Alexis Balzo.
Mr. Balzo, you're here in case number 2020 CF 14205AO. This was reset from yesterday for the state to provide additional information for probable cause. The public defender was appointed to you yesterday by Judge Carter, and I have reviewed that probable cause information, and I do find there's probable cause for the offenses of home invasion, robbery with a firearm, criminal mischief, over 1,000, and false imprisonment. And Mr. Thompson, are you going to be doing the same thing on
Yes.
all of the co-defendants in these cases? Okay,
Yes.
have you explained that to Mr. Bauzo or any of the other?
I explained to all of them.
Okay, So, Mr. Bowser, you understand that the public defender is going to file a motion within a reasonable amount of time in the trial division?
Yes, ma'am.
Just want to make sure that you understand,
I wanted
okay?
to ask a question. When would the next trial be?
Well, the state will have to file formal charges, meaning an information, and then you'll get an arraignment date, but you should have a bond hearing before that date, okay, downtown. But your attorneys will have to file a motion for that,
Okay.
okay? So in the meantime, while you're at the jail, you're not to have any contact with any victim, witness, or co-defendant, directly or indirectly, okay? You're not to possess or consume drugs or alcohol without a valid prescription, no weapons, firearms, or any ammunition. And while you're at the jail, you won't be able to return to the victim's residence, but that will be a condition of any release. And there may be more added or changed after a hearing downtown. So I will hold you at no bond pursuant to the public defender's request on count 1. They'll file a motion in a reasonable amount of time. Count 2 will be set at $2,500. Count 3 will be set at $1,000. And you're out on bond in 2020 CF 919. That's an Osceola County case. I am revoking the bond and setting that bond at none. It looks like you have Mr. Andrade in that case representing you?
Yes,
Okay,
ma'am.
you'll have to contact him. He'll have to file a bond motion in that case for you in the trial division in Osceola, okay?
So, basically, I don't have no bond on that one.
No, you have no bond, sir. As Mr. Thompson says, he explained to you and
No,
that
no,
you
about-
indicated you understood that.
Yeah, the Osceola County.
No,
one.
you have no bond. Okay? Good morning. Tell me your name.
Good morning, Your Honor. J. Michael Balzo.
All right, Mr. Balzo, you're here in case number 2020 CF 14213AO. You're arrested for home invasion robbery with a firearm. This was reset from yesterday for me to be provided additional information as to probable cause. I've reviewed that. I do find that there is probable cause. Did you have a conversation with Mr. Thompson about filing a bond motion downtown?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so I'm going to hold you at no bond right now on the charge, and they will file a bond motion for you downtown in a reasonable amount of time. As of right now, you're not to have any contact directly or indirectly with any victim, witness, or co-defendant. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. That's directly or indirectly. No drugs or alcohol without a valid prescription. No return to the victim's residence, and no weapons, firearms, or any ammunition. And again, they will file a bond motion for you very quickly, I'm sure. Okay?
I got a question. The thing
Mr. Thompson, I don't want you to say anything, Mr. Bauza. I think you should ask Mr. Thompson before you say anything on the record.
I would hope so. I can't guarantee it, but that's what we're gonna shoot for. And Your Honor, for the court consideration, I explained fully everything, speed trial, everything.
I'm sure.
Okay.
I believe you. I just like to go over it again just to make sure and.
I consult Shion Vasquez, mental health care.
All right, so I'm gonna appoint the public defender's office. I believe I reset this the other day. He was in the she was in the hospital. So I'm gonna appoint the public defender, 2020 CF 14079AO. Mr. Thompson, do you wanna waive?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, it's carrying concealed firearm, there's probable cause. No drugs or alcohol without a valid prescription, no weapons, firearms, or any ammunition. I'm gonna stay the bond at the $2,500. I'm not taking any action on the other case. I believe I did contact Judge Young about this and indicated that the out on bond was just sitting there, and had been reset, and the clerk's office didn't reset it. So I did let Judge Young know that, okay? Good morning, tell me your name.
Carlos Mercado.
Mr. Mercado, you're here in case number 2020 CF 14206AO. The public defender was previously appointed by Judge Carter yesterday. It was reset for probable cause information to be provided to me. I did find that probable cause existed after reviewing the affidavits. And it's my understanding that you've spoken with Mr. Thompson, and he's explained to you that they're going to file a bond motion for you within a reasonable amount of time in the trial division. Is that correct? Is that your understanding?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So I am going to hold you at no bond, and they will file the motion for you. You're not to have any contact, even from the jail, directly or indirectly with any victim, witness, or co-defendant. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
No drugs or alcohol without a valid prescription, no weapons, firearms, or any ammunition, no return to the victim's residence. All right, thank you, sir. Good morning. Tell me your name, sir.
Deshaun Plunkett.
Mr. Plunkett, you're here in 2020 CF 14211AO. You were arrested for home invasion, robbery with a firearm, and criminal mischief over 1,000. The public defender was previously appointed yesterday by Judge Carter. I have reviewed additional probable cause and do find those probable cause for both of those offenses. It's my understanding you've spoken with Mr. Thompson from the Public Defender's Office. He's explained to you the procedure, and they're going to file a bond motion with you, for you downtown.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So I'm going to hold you at no bond on count 1. Count 2, the bond will be set at $2,500. You're not to have any contact directly or indirectly, and this is from the jail as well, with any victim, witness, or co-defendant. No drugs or alcohol without a valid prescription, no return to the victim's residence, no weapons, firearms, or any ammunition. Thank you, sir. Good morning. Tell me your name.
Melanie Rivera.
Ms. Rivera, you're here in 2020 CF 14212AO. You were arrested for home invasion, robbery with a firearm. The PD was previously appointed yesterday by Judge Carter. This was reset for me to review additional probable cause. I've reviewed that probable cause information. I do find probable cause for the home invasion, robbery with a firearm. And Mr. Thompson explained to you the procedure and that they're going to be filing a bond motion for you downtown?
Mm-hmm.
Is that
Yes.
your understanding? Okay.
Yes.
So you will be held at no bond today on the home invasion robbery. You'll have a bond motion filed for you. You're not to have any contact directly or indirectly with any victim, witness, or co-defendant. That's also from the jail. Do you understand?
Yes.
No drugs or alcohol without a valid prescription, no weapons, firearms, or any ammunition, and no return to the victim's residence. All right, thank you, ma'am. Good morning, tell me your name.
Morning, ma'am. My name is Derek Rivera Robles.
All right, Mr. Rivera Robles, you're here in 2020 CF 14210AO. You were arrested for 4 counts: home invasion, robbery with a firearm, criminal mischief over 1,000, aggravated assault with a firearm, and false imprisonment with a weapon. The PD was previously appointed by Judge Carter yesterday. I did review additional probable cause information provided by the state. I do find there's probable cause for those offenses. And it's my understanding you've spoken with Mr. Thompson about the procedure as it relates to getting bond. They're going to file a bond motion for you? Is that
Yeah.
your understanding?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. All right. So your bond will be stayed, and count 4 is not a PBL, Ms. Bush, correct?
Correct, Your Honor.
Okay, I didn't think it was. Okay. So count 1, you will be held at no bond. Count 2 will be set at $2,500. Count 3, $7,500. Count 4, $5,000. You're not to have any contact directly or indirectly with any victim, witness, or co-defendant. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
And that's also from the jail, okay? No drugs or alcohol without a valid prescription, no return to the victim's residence, no weapons, no firearms, and no ammunition. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Good morning, tell me your name.
Rolando Rodriguez.
Mr. Rodriguez, you're here in 2020 CF 14209AO. You're arrested for home invasion robbery with a firearm. Judge Carter did appoint the public defender yesterday to represent you. I have reviewed additional probable cause as it relates to the home invasion robbery with a firearm. I do find there's probable cause. It's my understanding you've spoken with Mr. Thompson with the public defender's office, and he's explained to you they're going to file a motion within a reasonable amount of time in the trial division. Is that your understanding?
Excuse me?
Did you speak with Mr. Thompson, the public defender?
Yes.
Okay, and is it your understanding that they're going to file a motion for you in the trial division
Yes.
to get you bond, or
Yes.
to try to get you a bond?
Yes.
Okay. All right, so you will be held at no bond at this time. You're not to have any contact directly or indirectly with any victim, witness, or co-defendant that's also at the jail. Do you understand?
Yes.
No drugs or alcohol without a valid prescription, no weapons, firearms, or any ammunition, and no return to the victim's residence. And you also have an out-of-county, just a violation of probation out of Orange County, 2019 CF 1343AO. And that warrant is set at no bond. I'm going to appoint the public defender in that case for you as well. You'll see Judge Whitehead in a couple days for your arraignment in that case. Thank you, sir. Good morning. Tell me your name.
Yes.
Mr. Vivas, you're here in 2020 CF 14207AO. You're arrested for home invasion robbery with a firearm, criminal mischief over 1,000, tampering with a witness, and false imprisonment. And this was reset from yesterday. Judge Carter did appoint the public defender yesterday for you. I did review additional probable cause information for those counts. I do find that there is probable cause for all of those offenses. And so it's my understanding you spoke with Mr. Thompson this morning about what the process is, and they're going to file a bond motion for you as it relates to count 1.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So you'll be held at no bond on count 1. Count 2 will be set at $2,500. Count 3, $1,500, and count 4, $2,500. You're not to have any contact directly or indirectly with any victim, witness, or co-defendant. That's also at the jail. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. No drugs or alcohol without a valid prescription, no weapons, firearms, or ammunition, and no return to the victim's residence. Thank you, sir. Good morning. Tell me your name.
Robert Baruch, ma'am.
Mr. Baruch?
Baruch.
Baruch? Okay. Mr. Baruch, you're here in 2020 CF 14283AO. You were arrested for aggravated battery. There is probable cause. I'll appoint the public defender's office to represent you in your case. I am ordering that you have no contact directly or indirectly with any victim or witness. I'll have you sign the no contact order. Do you understand everything on the order, sir?
Yes, ma'am.
You're to maintain a separate residence. You may return one time with law enforcement to get your personal belongings. No weapons, firearms, or any ammunition, and no drugs or alcohol without a valid prescription. I'm setting your bond at $5,000 plus pretrial release, sir. Thank you.
You said pretrial release?
$5,000 plus pretrial release. Good morning. Tell me your name.
Adrian Peterson.
Mr. Peterson, you're here in 2 cases. I've got 2020 CF 11160AO. You were arrested pursuant to a warrant. Probable cause was found for tampering with a witness to hinder communication to law enforcement, stalking domestic violence, burglary of an unoccupied structure or conveyance, criminal mischief, and then battery. And I'm going to appoint the public defender to represent you in that case. You're not to have any contact directly or indirectly with any victim or witness in the case. I'll have you sign the no contact order. Do you understand everything on the order, sir?
Yes, ma'am.
You're also to not return back to where the offense is alleged to have occurred. No weapons, firearms, or any ammunition. Do you have any items at the location, at the home?
Oh, no, I don't.
No? Okay.
I had just took all my stuff yesterday.
All right. Your bond is stayed at 1,000 on count 1. Count 2 is 500. Count 3 is 5,000. Count 4 is 100. Count 5 is 100. Count 6 is 100.
Can I
You
Can I
also
say something here?
have 2020 mm 8530 AO. It's a domestic violence battery. There is probable cause. I'll appoint the public defender in that case as well. You're not to have any contact directly or indirectly with any victim or witness.
Can I?
You sorry, in
Can
the
I
no
say something?
contact order, did you understand everything on it
Yeah.
again? Okay. So you're not to return back to where the offense is alleged to have occurred. No weapons, firearms, or any ammunition. Your bond is set at $1,500. You have a question? I don't want you to talk about the facts of anything, so if you have a question, maybe Mr. Thompson can answer it for you.
Your Honor.
Give me a lot for bond, like damn. But most of them cases are already supposed to be dropped. You feel me? I had a warrant for some of them already.
Your Honor, would the court have any objection to a pretrial release in this case? I know.
I'm not putting him on pretrial release. I'll add pretrial release if you
No,
want,
no,
but
no, you
I'm
had to add
not
it.
placing him on pretrial release.
All right, but for the court consideration, he only has one misdemeanor conviction.
I understand that he has multiple offenses with the same victim, domestic cases, and he has 2 cases in this case.
All right.
So, or 2 cases today.
But most of
I'm not placing him on pretrial release.
I think you should go before. If you can't post these bonds.
I'm not gonna be able to, bro.
Well, we could file bond motions downtown.
That's a lot of.
That's the thing about it, but she already made her rule.
All right, thank you, sir.
Thank you. Back to them.
Good morning, tell me your name.
Good morning, Marquia Richardson.
Mr. Richardson, you're here in 2020 CF 14287AO. You're arrested for aggravated assault with a weapon and false imprisonment, domestic violence. I do find that there is probable cause. I'll appoint the public defender to represent you. You're not to have any contact directly or indirectly with any victim or witness in the case. I'll have you sign the no contact order. Do you understand everything on the order, sir?
Where am I signing? Down here?
Do you understand everything on the order?
Yes, I just have one question.
Okay.
My question is, that's my primary residence, and I have nowhere else to go down here in Florida.
Okay,
What
if
would
the
I
victim
go?
is living at the residence or any of the witnesses are living at the residence, you cannot be there.
The witnesses are my children and my brother.
Correct. So if they're living at the residence or the victim is living at the residence, you cannot be there.
If she
they're not,
goes with her
if
family,
they're
is it
not,
okay?
listen to me.
Okay, sorry.
If they're not there, you can be there.
Mhm.
I'm going to give you a one-time return with law enforcement to get your things if you need to do that. That's probably the time that you would make sure that they are there or not there, okay? I don't go over there without law enforcement. That's in violation of my order, okay? All right. So you're going to have to maintain a separate residence from them. Do you understand?
I only have one more question. That place, I am like the primary bill payer. With me not being there, do I still have to pay the bills there?
Yes.
I can't give you any legal advice, okay?
It's my house. I know. What if like I'm there, then they come here?
Okay.
Call immediately.
All right, so no weapons, Mr. Richardson, no weapons, firearms, or any ammunition. If you have any weapons or any firearms or any ammunition at all,
I don't have any.
I'm
weapons,
just,
ma'am.
this is an order,
Okay.
it's gonna be in the court minutes. So if you get caught with any weapons, firearms, or ammunition, it's in violation of the court order. You must surrender those within 6 hours of your release from the jail. You're also to comply with any Department of Children and Families investigation that there may be pending. I'm setting your bond on count 1 at 2,500. Count 2 will be set at 1,000. Thank you, sir. Good morning. Tell me your name.
Isaiah Barnes.
Mr. Barnes, you're here in 2020 MM 8527AO. You're arrested for domestic violence battery. I do find there's probable cause, and I will appoint the public defender to represent you. You're not to have any contact directly or indirectly with any victim or witness in the case. Do you understand everything on the no contact order?
Yes, ma'am.
You're to maintain a separate residence. You're not to return back to where the offense is alleged to have been occurred. No, and so you may return one time with law enforcement to get your things at the residence. No weapons, firearms, or any ammunition. Your bond is set at $1,500. You're out on bond in 2020 CF 9636AO. I am revoking the bond and setting that at none. Looks like David Yao, is that somebody with the public defender?
Well, what's the name?
David Yao?
Yao?
I don't know if the public defender represents him or someone else.
Okay. I'll find out.
PD?
I have a question.
Yes, sir.
There's no way I can do pretrial release because I don't have any more money.
No, sir. You don't qualify for pretrial because you have an out on release case. Thank you. Huh? Oh, they put.
I just have
they
one more
put
question.
David Yao. So there's no public defender on that? Okay, well, I'll appoint the public. There's no notice of appearance or, no. There has to be something. I mean, he's had a bunch of court dates. Okay, I'll
Yeah.
appoint the public defender. I'm not sure.
Yeah, we're not. we're
Okay,
not appointing
well, I'll
a-
appoint them in that case for you.
So, if you don't have a bond. We've been appointed on the bond case. We have to file a motion to the town to get that bond from the state. Right now, you don't have a bond. When you're out on bond charge.
So right now I can't get out of
All
jail.
right, okay. We'll file a motion downtown.
Good morning, tell me your name.
Excuse me, ma'am?
Do we know what happened to Anthony Bender?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, is that you?
Yes,
Oh,
ma'am.
I thought you said something else.
No, I'm sorry.
No? Okay. What?
I'm sorry.
Oh, you said I couldn't hear. Okay. All right. Can you hear me now, Mr. Bender?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Are you hard of hearing?
Yeah.
Do you need headphones?
No.
Okay. You sure?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, you're here in 2020 MM 8528AO. You were arrested for domestic violence battery. I do find that there is probable cause. I'll appoint the public defender to represent you. I am ordering that you have no contact directly or indirectly with any victim or witness. I'll have you sign the no contact order. Do you understand everything on the order, sir?
Yes.
You're to maintain a separate residence. You may return one time with law enforcement to get your personal belongings. No weapons, firearms, or any ammunition. Your bond is set at 1,000. Thank you, sir.
What is it, ma'am?
1,000.
I'm indigent.
Okay, well, the public defender will have to file a motion for you. You can't make the bond, sir.
Okay.
Tell me your name.
Jose Colon.
Mr. Cologne, you're here in 2020 MM 586AA. You are arrested for battery domestic violence. I do find that there is probable cause. I'll appoint the public defender to represent you. You're not to have any contact directly or indirectly with any victim in the case. I'll have you sign the no contact order. Do you understand everything on the order?
I understand.
Okay. You're to maintain a separate residence. You may return one time with law enforcement to get your personal belongings if you need to do so. You're not to possess weapons, firearms, or any ammunition. I'll set the bond at $500 or pretrial release if you qualify. It looks as though they have not interviewed you yet.
Not yet.
Okay, so I'll do, if you qualify for pretrial release, I have no objection to that. Okay, they're just gonna have to ask you some questions. So if you would like to do that, you're gonna need to cooperate and answer their questions, okay?
Okay.
Thank you. Good morning, tell me your name.
Isaiah Cordero.
Mr. Cordero, you're here in 2020 MM 8500AO. You're arrested for domestic violence battery. There is probable cause for the offense, and I'll appoint the public defender to represent you in your case. You're not to have any contact directly or indirectly with any victim. I'll have you sign the no contact order. Do you understand everything on it?
Yes, ma'am.
You're also to maintain a separate residence. You may return one time with law enforcement to get your personal belongings, no weapons, no firearms, and no ammunition. Your bond is set at $1,500. You also have an out-of-county warrant out of Osceola County in 20 MM 1976. It looks like that was for a domestic violence battery as well. And the bond is set at none. I'll appoint the public defender here to represent you in the case. Huh? You have $2,000 bond on a DV battery? No, it says no bond. There's no bond on
Yeah,
it.
it states no bond.
No bond?
It's a no bond.
Okay. All right, so there's no bond on that. So I did appoint the public defender for you on that case. We'll also reach out to Osceola County to see if they'll entertain a bond. But you'll have to bond out on this case if you, and then they would transport you if you aren't able to get a bond, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Good morning, tell me your name.
Hector Fernandez.
Mr. Fernandez, you're here in 2020 MM 8515 AO. You were arrested for domestic violence battery. I do find that there is probable cause. I'll appoint the public defender to represent you in your case. You're not to have any contact directly or indirectly with any victim or witness. I'll have you sign the no contact order. Do you understand everything on the order, sir?
Yes, ma'am.
You're to maintain a separate residence. You may return one time with law enforcement to get your personal belongings, should you need to do so. No weapons, no firearms, and no ammunition. I am going to place you on pretrial release. Make sure you comply with my order as well as pretrial.
Ma'am, what is a pretrial release?
They will explain that to you, but you won't have to post a bond. You'll have to report.
Okay.
Okay?
Alrighty.
Good morning. Tell me your name.
Joanne Garcia Cruz.
Ms. Garcia Cruz, you're here in 2020 MM 8517AO. You're arrested for domestic violence battery. I do find that there is probable cause. I'll appoint the public defender. Good morning.
Good morning.
And I'll just need you to keep your mask up over your face and then get close to the microphone when you're talking. Were you sworn in earlier? Did you swear to tell the truth
yeah,
earlier?
mhm.
Okay. Tell me your name and spell your last name for me, please.
Johnny Ortiz, ORTIC.
Okay, Mr. Ortiz. Ms. Bush, did you wish to inquire?
Yes, thank you, Your Honor. Good morning, Mr. Ortiz.
Hi.
What is your relationship with Ms. Garcia Cruz?
My wife.
And are you afraid of her?
Basically, it's not that I'm afraid of her. We'll be more afraid of what she can do after all of this. This has been going for a while. It's getting violence now. I'm afraid what can happen, what she may do. Grabbing a kitchen knife is not a nice sight to see.
I couldn't hear the last part. I'm sorry.
Okay. Grabbing a kitchen knife and looking at you, I mean, it's not a nice sight. And yeah, I may be afraid of that, or what may happen after all this. I may be concerned about my kids, what may happen with them, because they don't live with me, they live with her. Everything for nothing. Like, I don't know. I told her to get out of my house more than 4 times, and she didn't want to leave.
And Mr. Ortiz, you said that your children live with her,
Yes.
and did you also say that you have some concerns for your children's safety?
Not that she will harm them in that way, because I don't think that she will go to that way. But what she may take it on them because of what is going on between us. Like how she's gonna behave after all this.
So during the pendency of this case, do you want to have contact with her?
Absolutely not. I told her this weeks ago. I told her I don't want any contacts with you.
Okay.
I blocked her completely from everything. And I told her, don't contact me. Let court decide everything with our marriage. Don't contact me.
That's not true.
Let's the lawyers contact us, and that's it. I did tell her not to go to my house anymore. I did tell her that.
I have no further questions. Thank you, sir.
Mr. Thompson?
Does Ms. Garcia have full custody of the children? They live with her, but it's not in the court. Your Honor, I have no further questions, but I'd like to be heard as to bond, if I could.
Okay. Mr. Ortiz, do you share custody? Like, do the kids come with you certain
Sometimes
days?
I pick them up, or they go and see me and stuff like that. We have lunch or dinner.
Do you go to her residence to get them?
I try to avoid it.
Okay. Is there a third party that you can both agree to that
Wait.
would be able to, because I don't want to prevent you from seeing your kids, and if I order no contact, then that's gonna affect the children with her, and if they're in a, if you don't fear for their safety and they're with her, then that's where they're gonna stay. But, so I wanna make sure that you're still able to see your kids without having to have contact with her.
I mean, I say my kids, but they're 22, 20, so they
They're how
have their
old?
car, so they can drive around and see.
Oh, they're old and they're older?
They're older.
Okay, they're
youngest
not, they're not,
One minor.
they're not minor.
There's one minor.
One
one's-
minor?
Yeah, one's my.
How
one he's 12, I believe, 13 years old.
Okay, is there a person that you would both agree to, like, one of your relatives that
We don't have
somebody-
any, like, real family over here. I will say my son, he can be there. The middle one, the one that he's 19.
Okay, so he's an adult.
He's more like the man
Do you
of the
think
house.
he would agree to this?
There's a lot of
Because
pressure.
if I order no contact, then if you want to go see your minor son, you can't see her and
I
she
know.
can't see you. So I'm trying to work this out now for you so you don't have to go to court and figure it out.
I think it's better if I don't go to the house. I would say
Okay,
that.
is that's what I'm saying, is your adult son able to have, you go to Publix and you
Yeah.
exchange the son, or something like that, where there's a place
I'm pretty sure
where,
that he can work out something with me.
okay, is there a location near the residences, like
We
a,
don't live far from each other, so there's a Walmart
okay,
between the two residents that we
Okay.
can meet over there.
okay, all right. Is that okay with you, Ms. Garcia? The Walmart And and what is the adult son's name?
He's not the adult one. The adult one, he's an autistic kid. Will be the middle one.
Okay, well, he's 19, so he's an
yeah.
adult. Or is that the son that you want to do this? Okay,
Yeah.
what is his name?
Dwayne Ortiz.
Wayne?
Dwayne.
W-A-Y-N-E?
No, it's D-U-A-N-E.
D-U-A-N-E.
Dwayne.
Dwayne. Yeah.
Dwayne, okay. It's hard to hear. Okay. All right, so Dwayne Ortiz, and at the Walmart
Yep.
is where you all will
We
figure
always
out.
meet over there.
You can't deliver messages through Dwayne to each other.
Nope.
Okay.
Can I ask a question?
Yes, Ms. Ortiz.
Sometimes
Or Miss
he,
Garcia, I'm sorry.
sometimes he picks him up from school. How would my son know?
Well, he can go to the school.
Mm-hmm.
If he wants to go to the school, he just can't, you can't have contact with him. So it's like he can't go to your house to
No,
pick
I
the kids
understand,
up.
but it's like our son is in a charter school, so sometimes I can pick him up. He doesn't have a bus. Sometimes I can pick him up. Sometimes our son, the middle one, can pick him up. But there's some days that we need his help to pick him up. Is that gonna be a problem?
You need whose help?
The father, Johnny.
You can't be there.
No, I understand, but
Okay.
for him to pick him up at school and drop him off at the Walmart, or I don't know, like.
I don't understand your question.
Okay, sometimes I pick him up from school
Right?
and I drop him at the house.
When I'm
Okay.
working.
Yeah.
That's
If you're not there, then you can drop him
Yeah,
off at the
exactly.
house. Okay, so
Okay.
there's to be no contact
Yeah,
between
yeah,
the
we
two
understand.
of you. You
Yeah.
can't have contact with him, okay?
Okay.
Do you understand?
Yes.
Directly or indirectly?
So if I can't pick up my son from school, how would he know to pick him up?
Okay, you can pick your son. I'm not preventing you from seeing your kids.
I understand.
Mr. Thompson, do you want to explain to her what's happening? Like that I'm not preventing her from seeing
No,
her
what
kids. I'm
happens is,
modifying the no
like,
contact order.
So,
Through the son. The adult son. Well, I mean, that's the whole point of us putting him in the court minutes. Is that the adult son will be the go-between, okay? You can always get with your lawyers and figure something else out if you
Understand.
want.
we're ready, Your Honor.
Okay, so the adult son, Dwayne, will be the one that will be communicating about the children only, okay? Or your one minor child. Okay, does everybody understand? I'm not preventing you from seeing your kids, and I'm not preventing you from seeing your kids. You just can't communicate with each other. Dwayne is gonna be the communicator, and you're gonna go to Walmart to have any exchanges with the child. Okay?
Yes.
You're not to go back to his house
No,
at all.
understand.
No weapons or firearms or any ammunition. She does qualify for pretrial release. She has no criminal history. I'm just gonna release her on pretrial release. She will have to be supervised, okay? Okay, if she violates any of those court orders, it's a new law offense, and she could be held at no bond. Do you understand that?
Yes.
Okay. All right? Thank you.
Baby, come to the front.
Sorry.
Can I see the, oh, they're gonna give you the no contact order. So I'm just gonna put something on it, so. All right, good morning. Tell me your name.
Morning. I'm Regine Chrislove Joseph.
All right, Ms. Joseph, you're here in case number 2020 8529AO. You were arrested for domestic violence battery. You do find that there's probable cause. I'll appoint the public defender. Good morning.
Hey, Mr. West, how you doing? Good morning. Judge West, I'm sorry, how you
All
doing?
right. Can you tell me your name and spell your last name for me?
First name is Anthony, last name is Honor, Honor.
All right, thank you, Miss Honor. Miss Bush, did you wish to inquire?
Thank you, Your Honor. Good morning, Mr. Honor.
Hey, how you doing?
I'm doing well, thank you.
Thank you.
What is your relationship with Ms.
That's my
Joseph?
girlfriend.
Do
Yeah.
you all live together?
No, I live in my own apartment. She lives at aunt's.
Are you afraid of her?
No, come on. There's no way. There's no possible way I could be afraid of Miss Joseph. There's no way.
Do you want to have contact with her while this case is pending?
I would love some contact with her, but if it's better not to have contact, it'd be better. But I would love some contact. But as far as being afraid of her and she has no reason to be here. She's a college student. She has no reason to be back here at all. At all. The
Okay.
arrest was. Go ahead.
Before, without getting into those
Yes, ma'am.
specifics, you said that it would be better, you would love to have contact
I would
with her,
love to.
but it would be better.
If it's better, but I would love to. It's no hard. It's nothing like that. We're not combative or anything like that. The arrest was a wrongful arrest. She shouldn't have been arrested. She was in the home sleeping. She shouldn't have been arrested for the charge she has on hers. She shouldn't have been arrested for that. We are fine. We're fine. Everything's fine. I would love contact with her. She's okay. I mean,
Okay.
come on. She
Are there any children in your
No,
home?
there's no children. There's no
or
children
in
in
her
her.
home?
No children.
Okay. How long have you been in a relationship?
About a year now. It's
About
reaching
a
a
year?
It's reaching a year.
And over the course of that year, has there been any violence in the relationship?
Everything has been amazing. It's been amazing. She's a great woman. She's a strong woman. She's a great woman and she's a strong one. She has no reason being back there with those. She has no reason being back there. Everything's been amazing. Everything's been great. Everything's been great.
All right. Do you believe that alcohol or any kind of substance might have contributed to her behavior?
No. We may go out and have drinks at TGI Fridays, but all that doesn't matter. She's perfectly fine. Like I said, she's a college student. She has a great mind on her head. She has a great head on her shoulders. She has no reason being back there.
Okay. And so if something like this were to happen again,
Yeah,
and
we're
there
not.
was,
Yes, ma'am. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
if something like this were to happen again, and you felt that you were being threatened or your
God.
safety was being threatened, now listen to the question.
Yes, ma'am.
Don't try to assume what I'm saying. If something were to happen and you felt that your safety was being threatened, would you be comfortable calling law enforcement?
If I feel like she was about to do whatever you're thinking, yes, I will call law enforcement, but I don't feel that's needed. If anything, it should be reversed. I should be back there, she should be right here.
Okay.
It should be no other way.
And I appreciate that, sir. And with that, I have no further questions. Thank you, sir.
All right, Mr. Thompson, any questions?
No questions, Your Honor.
Okay, so Mr. Honor, I'm showing that you both have the same address.
Yes, ma'am.
You said that you don't live together.
We don't live together. We do share the same address because we share the same apartment, but we don't live together at all.
Okay.
She goes to her aunt's house and I go to my house. It was just something where God bless her heart for allowing me to somewhere to stay. And we got our names on the lease at the same apartment, but she doesn't be there most of the time.
Okay, I'm gonna order no contact, okay? Based on what I'm reading in the affidavit, as well as the fact that law enforcement seems to go out there a lot. So I'm ordering no contact today. If you all want that changed, the Public Defender's Office will file a motion in the trial division to modify the no contact order, okay? So I'll have you sign the no contact order, Miss Joseph. Do you understand everything on it?
Yes.
Is that a yes?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. You're gonna maintain a separate residence, so I don't know who's gonna stay at the residence or who's on the lease or who owns the residence. I don't play real estate agent,
ma'am.
okay? So I'm ordering maintain a separate residence. If you're gonna leave the residence, I'll give you one time to go back there to get your things if you need to get them, but you gotta be with law enforcement. You cannot go back by yourself, okay? No weapons or firearms or any ammunition, and I am gonna place you on pretrial release. Make sure you comply with my order, all right? Thank you, sir.
Thank you. I have one
Thank
question. Far as pretrial release,
She'll be released today. She will not have to post a bond.
Okay, I understand that, but is she gonna have to take an Uber out of here or a bus? What's gonna happen? You said pretrial release, right?
Right,
So she'll be released within a couple hours, right?
yes.
So how will she get to her aunt's house? That's not my
That's not my
your concern.
responsibility.
That's great.
Okay?
Thank you so much. Y'all be careful.
nervous. I can't read. I don't understand anything.
All right, good morning. Tell me your
Good
name,
morning,
please.
Billy Joe Lott.
All right, Miss Lott, you're here in 2020.
Yes, ma'am.
MM8520AO. You're arrested for dating violence battery. I do
Yes,
find
ma'am.
that there is probable cause. I'll appoint the public defender. Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
I think I saw y'all a couple weeks ago.
Yes.
Maybe a month ago?
Yes.
Yeah.
Can you tell me your name and spell your last name, sir?
David Mulata, last name's Mulata.
All right, Miss Bush, do you wish to inquire?
Good morning, Mr. Mulatto.
Good morning.
And your relationship with Miss Lott is that you all are boyfriend and girlfriend,
Yes, ma'am.
and you all live together?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you afraid of Miss Lott?
No, ma'am.
Do you want to have contact with Miss Lott?
Yes, ma'am.
How long have you been in a relationship with her?
4 years?
And over the course of the 4 years, has there been violence in the relationship?
No, ma'am.
There wasn't violence in November of this year?
I'm aware of the court case, but
Yeah,
no.
Mr. Mulatto, I'm asking a question
Yes.
about violence in the relationship.
Yes.
Did law enforcement come and effect an arrest for domestic violence of Miss Lott, and you were the listed victim?
Which time? Just recently, you mean?
I'm sorry?
Yes, I was listed. That is cases pending.
Yes.
She was not charged. She was not found guilty.
The case is still open and pending, sir.
That's right. So she was not found guilty.
It hasn't gone to trial yet.
You're right. Yes, ma'am.
All right. Do you believe that alcohol or any kind of medications or controlled substance contributed to her behavior?
No, ma'am. She doesn't drink or smoke or anything.
I have no further questions, sir. Thank you.
All right, Mr. Donovan,
Thank you.
any
No-
questions
no
for
questions,
Mr.
Your Honor.
Mulata?
No question.
All
Your
right.
Honor.
So, Mr. Mulata, the last time you guys were here, I ordered no hostile contact. So this is a violation of the no hostile contact order. I am ordering no contact, directly or indirectly, with the victim. So, Ms. Lott, I'll have you sign the no contact order
What is that
form.
like? I can't talk to him?
Do you understand everything on the
I
form?
can talk to him? What does that mean?
Your Honor, can I say something?
Sure.
I am her caretaker.
That's my caretaker, and he helps me with everything, and I need help.
I understand, and the public defender's office has been appointed, and they can, and set her up with some social services.
And
But
can I
at
be
this
with him,
point-
please?
At this point,
I need
I'm
to.
not comfortable allowing contact. You've been here.
I'm comfortable.
Miss Lott, I'm gonna have you removed from the courtroom if you can't behave and be quiet.
Right here?
So, you've been here in the last 2 weeks. I ordered no contact. In that case, there was a video that you presented to law enforcement with the alleged attack. Okay, so that's on video.
That's all I can write.
And then I've got
Do you have the
another
video,
violent
Your
offense
Honor?
within 2 weeks of that offense, or
I
just
understand, but
about
do you
2
have the
weeks of
video,
that
Your Honor?
offense. So, and then it's indicated that you told law enforcement that this is the third time a similar incident occurred. So I'm ordering no contact today. If you want that changed, her attorneys will have to file a motion to modify that no
I gotta pay
contact
for it? I
order.
gotta pay for it?
So, Ms. Lott, did you understand everything on the no contact order?
Yes, can I get that thing what you guys said? I can talk to my public defender and get it changed to be,
They'll file a motion for you, ma'am.
all right, because I want to be with him, and I want to,
Okay.
can I do it today?
You're to maintain a separate residence. You may return one time with law enforcement to get your personal belongings. If you need to do so, you're not to possess weapons, firearms,
Yes,
or
ma'am.
any ammunition.
Can I get it today? Can I?
No, sir, ma'am, if you're not gonna get anything today with the judge downtown, but your attorneys will file a motion. Your bond is set at 1,000 on the new case.
I don't have no
We're
money.
booking the pretrial release, but
I don't
I'll
have
set
any-
the bond
I-
at 1,000 as well on 2020 MM
I
8107AO.
don't have any kind of money.
file bond motions downtown, but since you're back on the violation of the domestic violence injunction, she's
I'm
not
they-
going to set it in lawyer.
I gotta stay here?
Until you bond out.
All right,
or
thank you,
file
sir.
motion.
How can I help her get out? Can I do that or no?
Your Honor,
Yes.
Mr. Mulatto asked if he can assist in helping her get out.
He can pay her bonds.
So, thank you.
Your Honor, I'm sorry, did you take any action on the Allen bond charge?
I did revoke and set the bond. I revoked pretrial release and set the bond at 1,000. And I think that, do you need the interpreter, ma'am? I think, is this the victim in Will Leslie Rivera? Did she indicate that she needed the interpreter? Okay, you're nodding your head back there. Ma'am, do you need the interpreter?
No,
No?
I understand.
Okay,
But
you
it's
understand?
explain.
You're gonna have to talk louder and into the microphone, because I
It's
can't
to
hear anything you're
explain.
saying.
It's hard.
I can't hear you, ma'am.
It's to explain, like,
The interpreter's only going to speak what I'm saying in Spanish, so
Okay.
if, that's all, they're not gonna continue to explain anything, but
okay. all
have
right.
you understood everything that we've done so far?
Yes,
Yes?
yes.
Okay, so you do not want the interpreter?
No.
Okay. Tell me your name.
My name, Will Leslie Rivera.
Ms. Rivera, you're here in case number 2020 MM8501. You arrested for battery domestic violence. There is probable cause. I don't have a form for the public defender for you. Did you fill one out?
No, I did not.
Okay. You're gonna hire your own attorney?
No, actually, I was just here to defend
Okay.
myself.
All right. So, ma'am, were you sworn in earlier?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. You're gonna have to get closer to the microphone
I'm
and
so
speak
sorry.
loudly.
Yeah.
Tell me your name and spell your last name.
Wildaris Rivera, Rivera.
Okay, thank you, Ms. Rivera. Ms. Bush, did you wish to inquire?
Thank you. Good morning, Ms. Rivera.
Good morning.
What is your relationship with Ms. Rivera?
She's my sister.
And do you all live together? Do you live in the same home?
I live in the home. Yeah.
Are you afraid of your sister?
No, not at all.
Do you want to have contact with your sister while this case is pending?
Yes, it's my sister, and actually we have a mom that she's bedbound. So she actually take care of her since she takes care of her always. You know, I don't.
Through the years,
I don't.
has there been violence between
No,
you and your sister?
nothing at all.
Do you have any concerns for your mother's safety around
No.
your sister?
No, no.
Do you believe that what happened yesterday was unusual for your sister?
Yes.
I'm sorry?
It was something that it never happens. It's something it wouldn't never happen ever. Like this is.
So it was something that was out of character for your sister to behave that way.
Out of care.
So your sister's behavior, was that unusual for her?
Yeah, it was unusual. She's never that way.
Okay.
Yeah, she's
Okay.
never that way at all.
Do you think that alcohol or medications or some kind of controlled substance might have affected her behavior?
No. What really happened is that my coworker, her daughter had coronavirus. She came positive for coronavirus. And actually, the lady, she's not working at our job right now, but actually since we were exposed, we had to take the test. So they told me Friday, and Monday I had to go. Yesterday, I had to go and do the test because I didn't know where to take it. She actually was the one that found the site, and that's how I did the appointment and everything, and I went at 8 o'clock yesterday. And she is really concerned for my mom because actually, like, since I was exposed, she didn't want me to get, like, I didn't want to get near my mom.
Didn't want you around your mother.
I didn't want to be because she's really delicate. She spent over 100 years, over 100 days in the hospital, more than 100 days in the hospital. And the one that been there for my mom, it's her.
Okay.
The whole time. Ever since she got off from the hospital, the one that gets her medicines, everything,
But
it's her.
this is the first time that this has happened between
Yes.
you and your sister?
Yes.
Okay. I have no further questions. Thank you, ma'am.
And I don't, and actually, I don't, you know, I don't want her to go through this at all because actually, we're family, and actually, like, my mom, it been our first thing right now that, you know, we're taking care of her. My mom, she had a stroke.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, thank you, Ms. Rivera. I'm going to allow y'all to have contact with each other. It's non-hostile, non-violent contact. That means no hitting, punching, kicking, biting, scratching, getting in your sister's face. Ms. Rivera, are you listening?
Yes, I am. ma'am.
Okay. Do you understand all of that?
Yes, I do.
Okay, so if things get heated and you guys get into an argument, you gotta walk away. Take a walk around the block. All right, no weapons, firearms, or any ammunition. I'm placing you on pretrial release. Thank you. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Good morning, tell me your name.
Javier Santiago.
Mr. Santiago, you're here in 2020 MM 8526AO. You're arrested for domestic violence battery. I do find that there is probable cause. I don't have a form for the public defender. Did you fill one out?
No, ma'am.
Okay, are you hiring your own attorney?
No, ma'am.
No? Okay. All right, and good morning. Good morning. Were you both sworn in earlier?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, and then I've read that the alleged victim is a minor. Which one is the, okay, and are you her mom?
Yes, I'm both of their moms.
I'm sorry?
I'm both of their moms.
Oh, I understand that, but you're her mom?
Yes.
Okay, all right. And so are you both testifying?
Yes.
Okay. So I'm gonna need you to each, when you're testifying, get close to the microphone and talk into the microphone because I can't hear anything that you're saying.
Okay.
Okay. So I'm gonna start with mom first. Tell me your name and spell your last name for me.
Crystal Rodriguez, RODRIGUEZ.
Okay. And then tell me your name.
Jaxley Santiago, SANTIAGO.
Okay. All right. And so, Mr. Santiago, I think I said that there was probable cause, and so you just did not want the public defender. Okay. So, Ms. Bush, did you want to inquire of the witnesses?
Thank you, Your Honor.
And I'll just have to remind you, each of you, when you're talking to her, you need to talk into the microphone because it's very difficult, and if I can't hear what you're saying, then it's pointless for you to be here, okay? All right.
This question is for you, Janalee. Get near the microphone. Are you afraid of your brother?
No, ma'am.
Do you want to have contact with your brother?
Yes.
Outside of normal brother-sister disagreements, has your brother ever been violent toward you in the past?
Not like this, ma'am, no.
Okay, you said not like this.
Yes, this is the first time that he's gotten like that with me.
This is the first time?
This is the first time that he was like that with me.
Okay.
That he what?
That he was like that with her.
Oh, okay.
If he were allowed to have contact with you and to come back home, would you feel safe?
Yes, ma'am.
And if something like this were to happen again, and you felt that you were unsafe and he was threatening you, would you contact your mother and or the police?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you believe that any outside influence like alcohol or some kind of substance might have contributed to your brother's behavior?
I honestly don't know.
I'm sorry?
I don't know. I really don't know.
Okay. I have no further questions. Thank you.
Thank you.
Mom? Ms. Rodriguez,
Yes, ma'am.
were you present when this took place?
Yes, ma'am.
And do you have any concerns for your daughter's safety at the hands of her brother?
My concerns are more for him.
I'm sorry?
My concerns are more for him.
And for his safety?
Yes, I feel like my son needs anger management therapy. I feel like my son needs anger management therapy.
Okay,
He's going
but-
through a lot.
But your concern for him
Yes.
is that he needs help with anger management.
Yes, my son was not violent like this. He's gotten worse in the past 2 years. He wasn't like this. My son was a good role model.
So are you saying that over the past 2 years, there has been a change in your son?
Yes,
So he has had anger issues that have been showing themselves over the last 2 years.
yes, but
And
he has
is
never.
that anger directed solely toward his sister or toward other family members?
Just towards me and her, but this is the first time he gets violent like that, physical with her.
Okay.
And I was not going to tolerate that.
Okay. And I'm going to ask you, if something like this were to happen again, or it looked like he was going to become violent again, would you call law enforcement?
Yes, ma'am, I was the one that called him.
Okay.
I love my kids, but I have to protect both of them.
Okay. I appreciate it, and I don't have any further questions. Thank you.
May I
ma'am.
ask,
Okay, so, Ms. Rodriguez, it's indicated in the affidavit that this started over who was gonna feed the dog. Is that, I mean, over some chore, or like household chores?
It kind of started with that, yes.
Okay, because, I mean, I'm just reading what's in the police report, and I wasn't there, so I have to go by what's in here. And then he became angry and headbutted your daughter, and then put his hands around her throat, and then you tried to intervene and get him off of her, and you were, his strength, you were unable to do that, and then you called 911. Okay, so this is my concern here, is that you're saying that his aggression over the last 2 years is getting worse. This is the first time that there's been something physical. Is that what you're telling me? Have there been other instances of physical violence?
Physical violence as for him towards her? No.
Either one of you.
With me, we had a little inconvenience, but I also, when it came to him and I, we're very strong-tempered. So I guess that influenced him with the problem between
Okay,
him and
but
I.
you can't put your hands on people, so.
Yes, I totally understand that, and I'm pretty sure he understands that. That's why I was gonna ask you if it's possible that if he could get some type of therapy
I
or
can't
something.
order him into anything. Only the state can do that in terms of if you cooperate with the state attorney's office and they file charges and they proceed with those charges and they get him into some sort of treatment or, program, but I can't order it right now. And if the case doesn't proceed, then there is no help for him unless you get it on your own, okay? I need to know whether or not you feel comfortable for your daughter's safety and your safety if I let him come home, because I'm a little concerned about this. This is not, this is not normal brother-sister stuff, okay?
I understand.
Okay, so if I send him home, I don't want your daughter to feel threatened if she's home alone with him. And I don't want you to feel threatened if you're home and, he's aggressive towards you. So I need to know whether you feel safe or not, or if you're more comfortable that he's not at the house.
On my behalf, I feel comfortable. Again, he's my son.
Okay, and I need to know, and I understand that Ms. Rodriguez is the listed victim. So she's the one I'm most concerned about, and she's also a minor.
I'm comfortable with him being at home.
Okay. So if something like this were to happen again, or you feel threatened, will you call law enforcement?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. All right. So, Mr. Santiago,
Yes, ma'am.
I've heard a lot about what's going on in the house, and I don't like it, and I'm going to order no hostile contact, okay? That means no pushing, biting, scratching, kicking, grabbing anybody by the neck, touching anybody inappropriately, way that they don't want to be touched, being aggressive, swearing at anybody, getting in their face, saying mean things to them, raising your voice.
Yes, ma'am.
None of it. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
100%.
Yes, ma'am. I told them that
I don't want you to talk about what happened.
No, I'm not,
Okay? Anything that you say can be used against you.
Have a moment, Your Honor.
Yes.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Okay. So, all of those things, if you get upset at either one of them, you're going to go take a walk around the block. You got me?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. If you get arrested again, I will have no problem revoking your bond and you'll sit at the jail until your case is resolved. You hear
Yes-
me?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So, you respect your mother and you respect your sister and you don't touch them inappropriately.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. You're to comply with any Department of Children and Families investigation. You're not to possess any weapons, any firearms, or any ammunition. You're not to possess or consume any alcohol or any drugs without a valid prescription. I am placing you on pretrial release. If you violate the pretrial release order or any of my orders, that's a new law violation, and I can revoke your bond, or your release, I should say. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So, peace at home. If it's not, then you're in violation, okay?
Do I have to stay with them or can I move out?
You can leave. That might be a good idea. Okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Maybe that's not the best place for you to be right now, okay? But if you do stay in the home, that's my court order. You're not to have any hostile contact with them
Yes, ma'am.
or violent contact. 100%. You got me?
Understand. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. All right. Good luck.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you. All right, Barreras bonded.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, we'll take no action. Good morning, tell me your name.
My name is Patrick Early, ma'am.
All right, Mr. Early, you're here for 2 cases. They're both failures to appear for driving cases. I've got 2020 CT 4859AO. And then, oh, no, it's just one case. I'm sorry, I thought there was 2.
Yes, ma'am. I pled to her yesterday in
Oh, you
court.
pled yesterday?
Yes, ma'am. That's why I didn't know why I was still here on the FTA.
Okay, are you here on something else?
No, ma'am.
What was your sentence?
I got a fine and time served for the 2 days.
Okay,
And,
so you must be here for something else.
I had the warrant. They picked me up first when I was going inside the courthouse, and then they came back downstairs and then took me to court. But I was already booked on the warrant, so I had to come to jail still for the failure to appear. It was just a misunderstanding with all the stuff
Ms.
going
Bush,
on.
are you showing that, it's not showing that it was pled out yesterday. It's not that I don't believe you, Mr. Early.
Trying to.
I don't have anything in Odyssey to show that. Who did you plea this case out in front of?
Judge Andrew Brain.
Mr. Judge Bain? Okay, because this is a Judge Bigney case.
He pled out to case number 2020 CT 386AA.
Okay, so that's a different case that you
Okay.
pled out to.
All
Okay.
righty.
So, do
Yes.
we know what happened? Was it was it a plea to an adjudication on a driving while license suspended?
I'm taking
I
a
didn't
look.
pull the case up, so.
It was the duelist.
On a duelist, okay. So, that's strike one in 5 years. Did they explain that all to you yesterday?
Yes, ma'am.
So if you pled out to this case today, that would be strike two within a 5-year period, meaning that the next one could be filed as a felony. And if you get another one and you plead to it, then that would you would lose your license and the ability to get your license for 5 years. Okay?
Yes, ma'am.
So, does he have the public defender in this case? Because I have a form.
No, Your Honor, I don't
No?
see
Okay,
that.
so, Ms. Bush, did you have an offer? Or did you want to pay the bond and handle it downtown?
What would be best for the courts?
Well,
Because
it's what's best for you. So, Mr. Thompson, before I even get to an offer, I want to know whether or not he wants to resolve the case today because it's going to affect him. Because I can't change the bond, so.
Okay.
Here, take the bond, Your Honor.
Okay, so, Mr. Early, I've appointed the public defender, you have $1,000 bond. And why don't I arraign you on it, and then can we give him a date? So I'm gonna arraign you, obviously you were arrested for driving with license revoked with knowledge. And, so I'm gonna enter a plea of not guilty for you, and then we're gonna give you a date.
Okay.
Do not miss that court date, because chances are, if you miss it again, you're gonna get a no bond warrant.
All righty.
The $1,000 bond is not usually what happens, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, so
I
we'll give you a
appreciate you.
date, and then you can go back to court, okay?
Okay.
Your pretrial date would be in Division 63, December 17th at 8:30 in courtroom 12C.
Okay.
All right, good luck, Mr. Early.
All righty, thank you.
Have a good day. All right. Carbajo?
Is medical, Your Honor?
Who is it?
Ordinez. Carvalho Ordinez.
I don't have that. Oh, Carabala, okay. It's medical, you said?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. The PD was previously appointed. Mr. Thompson, did you want to enter a plea of not guilty?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay.
Your pretrial date would be in Division 84, January 11th at 10 o'clock in courtroom 4B.
All right,
Dante Rouse bonded.
okay, I don't have that. Is this DeQuante Hawkins?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. All right, so you're here in 2020 MM 7273AO. The PD was previously appointed in your case. The state did file an information alleging providing false identification to law enforcement, and that's a misdemeanor of the first degree alleged to have occurred on or about October 6, 2020. Are you on probation, Mr. Hawkins?
No, ma'am.
Okay, is this related to any other felony case?
No, ma'am.
Do we know? Okay, and I'm showing 57 days in.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, is there an offer?
Yes, the offer is an adjudication of guilt, 57 days Orange County Jail, 57 days credit time served, and court costs.
All right, Mr. Hawkins, did you want to accept the state's offer?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And again, you're not on probation?
No, ma'am.
Okay. Did you read the plea form?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand everything on the plea form?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand all the rights that you're giving up by entering the plea?
Yes, ma'am.
And do you understand if you're not a U.S. citizen, the plea will subject you to deportation?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, I do find that there's a factual basis based on the affidavit in the court file to accept your plea. I'll adjudicate you guilty, sentence you to 57 days with credit for 57 days time served. Order that you pay your court costs by December 1st, 2021. If you'd like to appeal the judgment and sentence of the court, you must do so in writing within 30 days. If you cannot afford an attorney, one will be appointed for you. Good luck.
Okay. Thank you.
All right, good morning. Tell me your name.
Daniel Roller.
All right. Mr. Roller, you're here in 2020 MM 6974AO.
Defense will enter a plea of not guilty, Your Honor.
Okay, well, you haven't been appointed yet.
Oh, okay.
But, Mr. Roller, did you want me, I don't have a form for the public defender. Did you want me to appoint them to represent you?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And so it looks like this was a summons and that you were served with the summons.
Yeah, when did I supposedly commit this offense, ma'am?
So the offense, we didn't get arrested on it. It was
No.
submitted to the state at large, and it's resisting an officer without violence. It's a misdemeanor of the first degree alleged to have occurred on or about May 5th, 2019. So
Wow.
a long time ago. It took them a while probably to find you and serve you, so that's probably what happened. So,
And he's currently on probation, Your Honor, in
Okay.
2019 CF 7032.
okay, so we're gonna enter a plea of not guilty for you and then give you a court date.
The pretrial date would be in Division 63, December 17th at 8:30 in courtroom 12C.
And the clerk had written on here that it was unserved, but I do show that there was a notice of filing that you were served with. the
Yeah, they
summons.
say they
Okay.
served me in my, the other day in
Just wanted to
BRC.
make sure. Okay. All right, and I believe I had Miss Hyatt, but I think did we plead her out? Yeah, so I think I saw her the other day and pled her out. I'm not sure.
I didn't see that.
I did see her the other day. You were not here, Miss Bush, but I'm not showing that she fled out on this case.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. I didn't see it in our system.
I saw her
or
on
in-
something, but I don't remember
Clerk
what case I
system.
saw her on.
She actually did time serve on this case on November the 25th.
Okay, so I did plea her out. It's just that court minutes have to be amended because there's nothing in here from the clerk. So that was on the 25th?
Yes, Your Honor.
Because there was restitution due in this matter as well.
Okay, so, I think Denise was here. Okay.
Put a note.
Okay. All right, and then Rivera Morales.
He's medical, Your Honor.
Okay, so the PD was previously appointed 2020 MM 8397. Mr. Thompson, did you want to enter a plea of not guilty?
Yes, Your Honor.
Pretrial date would be in Division 62, December 17th at 9 o'clock in courtroom 9B.
All right. right, I had a 33-day motion from Mark Consolo on Leah Bates, 2020 CF 12957AO.
There was a notice of non-filing on November 30th.
Okay. That's granted. Huh? Oh, yeah, thank you. Okay, we ready on the rest of the 33 days?
Your Honor, if I may have just 2 minutes.
Sure.
Thank you.
It's back on.
I know, right? Seriously.
Oh, did you say you were ready, Ms. Wood?
No, Your Honor.
Oh, okay, I thought you said.
Thank you, Your Honor. The state's ready.
Okay. 2020 CF 12935AO Oscar Alejandro Porto Rivera.
A notice of non-filing on November 30th.
All right, that's granted. 2020 CF 10560AO Antoine Kojak Cannon.
This date shows that pretrial release was revoked on October 29th. Would ask the court to deny the motion.
Okay, let me look that up, because that's not what I had, but.
And I'm double checking it, but that was my research. What our records showed.
Yeah. This was already denied previously.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, 2020 MM 7590AO Carlos Lemuel Burgos Santana. I'm showing that Judge Johnson granted that motion today. It's in Odyssey. It was filed by Brianna Williams. Mr. Thompson, will you let Ms. Williams know personally that these motions go to the jail?
Okay.
They don't go to the trial division?
All right.
So she should be filing them and sending them to RJ, or however that works out, but they should not be going to Judge Johnson or the trial divisions, because that's our job to do that here. So that was already granted. I'm gonna take no action.
Let me clarify. So she said Brianna is sending 33 motions to Judge Johnson's?
Brianna Williams filed the motion on 11/24/2020. It would never got sent to us because it would have immediately been placed on the docket.
Oh, wow. So
And then I guess she sent it to Judge Johnson because he signed it today.
all right.
So, and she put Judge Johnson's name on the order, so obviously she sent it to him. So for the future, she should know that. All right, 2020 CF 13106AO.
And information was filed on November 30th. Filing ID is 117341886.
And that was Jacob Robert Harrison, sorry. And that will be denied. CF 12988AO Anthony Lorenzo Johnson.
A notice of non-filing on November 30th.
All right, that will be granted. CF 12907AO Misrain Paez.
A notice of non-filing on November 20th.
That's granted. 2020 CF 130588AO, William Diaz Morales.
A notice of non-filing on November 30th.
That's granted. CF 12062AO, Tiffany Christine Brittle.
A notice of non-filing on November 30th.
That's granted. CF 12189AO, Christopher Pierre.
A notice of non-filing on November 30th.
Okay, that's granted. All right, anything else? PRC, can I have the parties announce themselves for the record, please?
Good afternoon, Edith Bush for the Office of the State Attorney.
Jace Thompson on behalf of the Office of the Public Defender.
All right, and Mr. Moses, do you represent Mr. Zico in both of these cases? Looks like Santa Rosa, or one's Osceola and one's Santa Rosa?
I do not represent him we've represented him previously. I believe we're talking about the Osceola. The Santa Rosa case apparently originated right before the virus, and then I think there was just a mix-up on the court date.
Okay, because normally what we would do here is, based on the admin order, we appoint the public defender on out-of-county. I just don't want him getting stuck here. He has bond on one case.
He has bond on the Osceola case?
Osceola case, and then he
Yes.
has no bond on the other one. And what we do is Judge Carter will contact the judge in Santa Rosa County
Yes.
and see if they will agree to a bond or some other form of release. And
That's
then
what I
we
was
bring
actually
them
going to ask
back.
you, and I don't mind coming back tomorrow if that's when they would have had an opportunity to speak.
No, we get a list every day, and then she emails the judges, and then hears back from them, and so it can be a couple days.
Okay.
You can contact Judge Carter.
That's what we'll do, Your Honor.
Okay, so that's probably your best bet to move things a little more quickly.
That's
okay?
what we'll contact Judge Carter, and he can bond out on the Osceola case, correct?
Okay, yes, yes. He's
Already
posted, so he has the hold, so, on the out-of-county. I will not appoint the public defender unless you want me to do that.
No, not at this time, Your Honor, because
Okay.
we'll follow up with Judge Carter.
Okay, so, and you're Kevin Zico?
Yes.
Okay, so, Mr. Zico, as I explained, you do have the bond, you've posted the bond in the Osceola County. Mr. Moses is gonna contact the judge here, Judge Carter, who handles all the out-of-county stuff. And she'll get with the judge in Santa Rosa to see if they'll give you some sort of bond or release in that case, okay?
Okay.
If for some reason you're not able to work it out, she does take pleas here too.
Okay, well then, that might.
So you
end
can
up-
contact her if you've had some sort of a agreement, a plea agreement.
Very good.
Okay? And
Thank you
set
very
it
much,
with
Your
her.
Honor.
No problem.
It was good seeing you.
Good to see you too.
Been a while.
Be safe. Good afternoon, tell me your name.
Yes.
Are you Tanya Harris?
Yes, yes,
All
ma'am.
right, Miss Harris, you're here in 2020 MM 8499AO. You're arrested for battery and trespass on property other than a structure or conveyance. There is probable cause. I'm gonna appoint the public defender for you in your case. I don't think the state's gonna have an offer today.
No, Your Honor.
Okay, so you're not to have any contact with the victim in the case. You're not to return back to the 7-Eleven at 1250 South John Young Parkway.
Yeah.
Abide by the trespass warning, and you can't possess any weapons or firearms or any ammunition. I'm gonna stay the bond at the 500 and ROR on count 2.
Mm-hmm.
All right, thank you, ma'am.
Your Honor, would you have any objection to a mental health pretrial release?
I don't think it'll fall, I'll have her screened, but I'm not sure if it'll qualify, but we can have her screened for mental health pretrial.
So what's
Thank you.
the thing,
Okay.
what's the thing, the sense of what's gonna happen today? What you say,
All
Ms.
right,
Carter?
thank you, Ms. Harris. They're
What-
gonna come
what-
talk
what's-
to you,
Oh,
okay?
what's gonna happen today?
They're gonna come talk to you about mental health pretrial release, okay?
Oh, when they gonna release me out? How many days I got?
All right.
Now, how many days I got here in
All right,
jail?
thank you, ma'am.
How many days I got here in jail? Oh, they didn't do a plea. No. So what they gonna do?
They gonna come talk to you.
She ain't had a PD.
All right, good afternoon. Tell me your name.
Diamond Brunson, ma'am.
All right, Mr. Brunson, you're here in 2020 MO 1274AO. You were arrested for urinating or defecating in public. There is probable cause. Ms. Bush, did you have an offer?
Yes, Your Honor, it's an adjudication of guilt, 4 days Orange County Jail, 2 days credit time served.
All right,
I believe
Miss.
that gets him out tomorrow.
Okay, Mr. Brunson, did you want to do that?
Ma'am.
You want it, it's 4 days credit for 2. You'll get out tomorrow if you want to do that.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, did you read the plea form?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand everything on the plea form?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you on probation anywhere?
No, ma'am, I'm not.
You understand if you're not a U.S. citizen, the plea will subject you to deportation.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, I find a factual basis to accept your plea. I'll adjudicate you guilty, sentence you to 4 days with credit for 2 days time served. Order you pay your court costs by December 1st, 2021. If you'd like to appeal the judgment and sentence of the court, you must do so in writing within 30 days. Thank you. Good afternoon. Tell me your name.
Luke Charles.
All right, Mr. Charles. You're here in 2020 CF 14271AO. You were arrested for possession of methamphetamine, possession of drug paraphernalia, and trespass on property after warning. There is probable cause for those offenses. I don't have a form for the public defender. Did you fill one out? No? Did you want me to appoint the public defender? No, you're gonna represent yourself? I don't think that's a good idea.
I mean, I don't know, Miss
Are you working?
No.
No? Okay. I'm gonna appoint the public defender. If you wanna represent yourself later downtown, you can talk to the judge about that and they'll decide whether or not you can do that, okay? But I'd rather have you have an attorney. So, no contact with any victims or witnesses, no return back to the 2200, Americana Boulevard, the Party Liquor Store. Abide by the trespass warning, no drugs or alcohol without a valid prescription. All right, the bond will say 1,000, 100, and 100. All right, tell me your name.
Ivan Villanueva, don't know.
All right, Mr. Villanueva, you're here in 2020 CF 14261AO. This was a warrant for grand theft. Probable cause was previously found. And I don't have a form for the public defender. Are you gonna hire your own attorney?
No, ma'am.
Okay. Do you want me to see if you qualify for the public defender?
I would like that.
Okay.
Yes.
Are you working?
Not at the moment.
Okay. And do you get any other income from any other source?
No, ma'am.
Okay. I'll appoint the public defender based on your testimony.
Thank you.
You're not to have any contact with any victim or witness. You're not to return to any Lowe's store. No weapons, firearms, or any ammunition. And your bond will stay at $2,000.
Thank you. Have a good day.
All right, thank you, sir. You too. Good afternoon, tell me your name.
Kirk, oh, sorry.
It's okay.
Kirk Lamar Smith.
Okay. All right, Mr. Smith. You're here on an out-of-county warrant out of Hillsborough County. And you have bonds on each count at $2,000 on each count. And I'm gonna appoint the public defender on that case as well as the Brevard County case that you have out-of-county warrant on. And then you have $3,000 bonds on all 5 counts in that case. And so if you can bond out, you can bond out. I think Brevard will probably be the first one to pick you up if you're unable to bond out, okay?
Sorry, ma'am.
Yes.
Can I ask you a question, please?
Sure. I
How,
can't tell you anything about your cases because I don't know anything about the Brevard or Hillsborough stuff.
yes,
Okay.
ma'am. I want to know, sorry. I want to know, like, how much are they both together?
Altogether, I'm not good at math, so it's,
Because I know going to the Bell's bondsman is a certain
6,000.
amount.
and then, so 15 plus 6 is what? 21,000.
Okay.
Okay, total 21,000, so you have to contact a bondsman, okay? And then I've appointed the public defender just in case you need them, so they'll help you out. But we'll also reach out to Hillsborough and Brevard as well to see if they'll modify that. I'm not sure that they will because you have bonds. But I'm not taking any action on your out on release case here in Orange County, okay?
Okay, yes, ma'am.
So you should be able to bond out if you want to bond out now,
Yes,
okay?
ma'am. Thank
Alright,
you.
good luck.
Can I say something last thing? Do you think that you can like reduce it a little
I
bit?
can't do that, so we will reach out to those judges who signed the warrants.
Okay.
But I can't on my own do that. They would need to give me permission to do that, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Thank you, ma'am.
You're
God bless you guys.
Have a good day.
Hey,
Good afternoon.
good afternoon to you.
All right, tell me your name.
Manuel Albuquerque Jr.
All right, Mr. Albuquerque, you're here in case number 2020 MM8521AO. You were arrested for trespass on property after warning. There is probable cause.
Pablo means
I'm
like,
gonna appoint the public defender, Mr. Albuquerque, for you. Looks like, Mr. Thompson, there's some outstanding cases here with maybe some competency issues, so I'm not going to entertain a plea today.
Okay.
So, Mr. Albuquerque, you're not to return back to 12301 East Colonial Drive. That's that business there. You're not to return back there. You're not
I don't
to
like
have any
McDonald's anyways.
contact
Nasty.
with any victims or witnesses. Abide by the
Of course not.
trespass warning. I am staying the bond at 500. I'm not taking any action on the other cases.
That's fine, I'm very rich.
Your Honor, could we also have him screened for mental health pre-trial release?
I don't think he's gonna qualify with the two
yeah,
cases that he has out on release, which is aggravated battery with a deadly weapon, battery, and.
That happened 5 years ago, got dropped.
Okay,
Pissed me off.
Sorry, don't worry. We'll take care of that.
How you doing? God and Virgin Mary suck dick, rape Obama.
good afternoon. Can you tell me your name?
Marcel Matthew Gallen loves rap star Breezy BRG Gallen. I like to go home to my wife, Breezy BRG, the world famous entertainer who lives with President Bush and makes love to me every night on Howl Dog. And it's completely legal and acceptable because I beg and ask her to do it. And I'm so in love with her and like to go home with her and have children.
Okay. You're
And I
here
would
in
like it to
20
continue and everybody
Okay,
stop
we're not gonna
disrespecting.
be able to do this if you don't stay quiet, okay? So I'm gonna ask you to stay quiet and let me do my job so that we can get you out of here, okay? So this is 2020 MM 8497AO. You were arrested for trespass on property after warning. I do find there's probable cause, and Ms. Bush, did you want to resolve your case today, Mr. Braddock?
Yes, I'd like to resolve it today. I'm innocent.
Well,
Obama surrendered on me and made up a story which Mr. Bush is aware of and had me falsely incarcerated. And
Pull your mask up.
he's
all right,
trying to
so,
separate me and
Mr.
Breezy,
Braddock,
who are
I'm not
happily-
going to be able to resolve your case today, but I'm going to release you on your own recognizance. You're not to return back to the Wawa at 3100 South Orange Avenue. Abide by the trespass, no contact with victims or witnesses. I'm also going to order that you call the public defender's office within 24 hours of your release so they know how to get in touch with you, okay?
Ma'am, I had a question. I know you say you're not able to resolve it today, but if I did 3 days in county, wouldn't it be resolved, time served?
No, I think
mean, they
that
always make me
I'm
plead
not
guilty
gonna
to a not guilty
I'm not
crime.
going to resolve it today, but you can handle it downtown in court.
I mean, my
okay?
record doesn't mean anything no more. I have to
Thank
always
you,
plead
Mr.
guilty
Braddock.
to get out of it. I can't just do it your way. They're gonna make another warrant, and I'm gonna be back here locked up again. It makes no sense. We already know how they do. They already say guilty when I'm listening. I'm not coming back here.
Good afternoon. Tell me your name.
Marcus Dallas.
Okay, Mr. Dallas. You are here in 2020 MM 8522AO. You're arrested for trespass on property after warning and resisting an officer without violence. Did you find that there is probable cause? I'll appoint the public defender's office to represent you. Ms. Bush, did you have an offer?
No, Your Honor.
Okay. So, Mr. Dallas, you're not to return back to the Food Lotto at 2060 Americana Boulevard. No contact with victims or witnesses, and abide by the trespass warning. I'm gonna stay the bond at 500 and then set bond on count 2 at 100. I am revoking the bonds set in 2020 CF 9932AO and 2020 CF 7253AO. You have the public defender in those cases. They're gonna have to file motions for you to get bonds in those cases. Tell me your name.
Gregory Carl Edwards.
Mr. Edwards, you're here in 2020 MM 8533AO. You were arrested for trespass in an occupied structure. There is probable cause. I'll appoint the public defender. Ms. Bush, did you have an offer?
Do I have an office? Oh, sorry.
Yes. Your Honor. It's an adjudication of guilt, 5 days, Orange County Jail, 2 days credit time served, no contact with victim or witnesses, no return to Jeremiah's at 3150 South Orange Avenue, abide by all trespass warnings and court costs.
All right, Mr. Edwards, did you want to resolve your case today with that offer?
May I ask one question?
Do you want to talk to the public defender, maybe?
Briefly. And when I get back from Atlanta.
Ready, Your Honor.
Okay. What does he want to do?
Oh, he wants to resolve the case, Your Honor.
Okay. Did you read the plea form, Mr. Edwards?
Yes, ma'am.
Did
Your
you
Honor.
understand everything that was on the plea form?
Yes, Your Honor.
And are you on probation anywhere?
No, thank God, Your Honor.
Okay. Do you understand if you're not a U.S. citizen, the plea will subject you to deportation?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, I do find that there's a factual basis to accept your plea based on the affidavit in the court file. I'll adjudicate you guilty, sentence you to 5 days with credit for 2 days' time served. You're not to return back to the Jeremiah's at 3150 South Orange Avenue. No contact with any victims or witnesses in the case. Abide by the trespass warning. And I'll order you pay your court costs by December 1st, 2021. If you'd like to appeal the judgment and sentence of the court, you must do so in writing within 30 days. If you cannot afford an attorney, one will be appointed for you. Sir, good luck.
I want one quick question, Your Honor. I went back, and this was the violation was me to try to get my eyeglasses because they were there and they told me to come get them. I need my eyeglasses to jump on a plane, or I have to go buy some more later today.
Okay, I'll give you a one-time return with law enforcement, but you cannot go back there. If you go
Okay.
back, you're going to get arrested
Can I
again.
get my attorney to go there for me? I don't know how this works.
I don't know if they'll give the glasses to somebody. I
I'll-
don't know,
we'll figure it
and
out.
I can't give you legal advice, so
I
I
got
can
you.
give you a one-time return with law enforcement.
With law enforcement. Oh, I didn't hear you.
You have
Thank
to
you.
go with law enforcement.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
If you have a police officer.
Yes.
Fantastic. I should have thought of that first. Thank you.
Afternoon.
Good afternoon. Tell me your name.
Terrence Myron Foy,
Mr.
F-O-Y.
Foy, you're here in 2020 MM 585 AA. You were arrested for petty theft. I do find that there's probable cause. Ms. Bush, did you have an offer?
I do not, Your Honor.
Okay, is that based on the priors?
It's based on the priors, and also, this was a cab driver. So it's a direct individual victim crime.
Okay, well, it's a cab company, but okay.
Yes, Your Honor,
Okay.
but the driver gets docked for it, so.
Okay, all right. So, Mr. Foy, we're not going to be able to resolve your case today. You can't have any contact with any victim or witness. You're not to use any Mears taxi service, okay? Right?
One thing, Judge Wish.
Don't talk about the facts of anything.
Oh, no. I was, I'm upon my, bonding out. I can go ahead and the 2135 that's rented to the, Mr. Waterman. And I was gonna submit that. That's not about, that's.
You're starting to talk about the
Okay, no
facts
problem. I'll
here.
leave it gone.
You sorry?
We'll move on.
Okay?
Move on.
You got me?
Yes,
Okay, I'm trying to protect you.
no problem.
Okay. So, again, no contact, no use of any Mears taxi service, and your bond will stay at the $500. All right, thank you, sir.
Okay, thank you.
All right, tell me your name, please.
Mariah Jarrell.
Ms. Jarrell, you're here in 2020 MM 853180. You're arrested for possession of drug paraphernalia. I find probable cause. I'll appoint the public defender to represent you. Ms. Bush, did you have an offer on the drug paraphernalia?
Yes, Your Honor. It's an adjudication of guilt, 5 days Orange County Jail, 2 days credit time served, and court costs.
All right, Ms. Jarrell, did you want to accept that offer?
So I'll get out today, right?
No, it's 5 days with credit for 2 days.
I can't just bond out?
Well.
Is that possible?
Mr. Thompson, you may want to talk to her.
All right, look.
Do that then.
Okay. And I'm going to tell you, Ms. Jarrell, that if you come back again, it's likely, it doesn't matter what it is, it's likely your bonds are going to get revoked. You're out on bond for very serious offenses, and you're riding around in a car with drugs, okay? It's not a good thing to be doing. So if you want to accept the offer today, that's fine.
So if I don't, you're gonna revoke it anyways?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'll accept the offer. Yes, ma'am.
I'm sorry?
I'll accept the offer.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Did you read the plea form?
Yes, I did.
Did you understand everything on the plea form?
Yes.
Do you understand all those rights you're giving up by entering the plea?
Yes.
Are you on probation anywhere?
No.
Do you understand if you're not a U.S. citizen, the plea will subject you to deportation?
Yes.
All right, I do find that there's a factual basis to accept your plea. I'll adjudicate you guilty, sentence you to 5 days with credit for 2 days' time served. You pay your court costs by December 1st, 2021. If you'd like to appeal the judgment and sentence of the court, you must do so in writing within 30 days. If you cannot afford an attorney, one will be appointed for you. I'll take no action on those other cases, but let this be a warning. If you come back, it's not going to be a good day.
Thank you.
Okay.
Ready?
All right, tell me your name.
Matthew Maltz.
All right, Mr. Moss, you're here in 2020 MM 8516AO. You were arrested for possession of a firearm with a serial number that's been removed. There is probable cause. I'll appoint the public defender. No weapons, firearms, or any ammunition. I'm going to place you in pretrial release, okay?
Thank you.
Tell me your name.
Christopher Antoine Smith.
All right, Mr. Smith. You're here in 2020 MM 8525AO. It's trespass on property after warning. Did you find there's probable cause? Ms. Bush, did you have an offer?
Yes, Your Honor. It's an adjudication of guilt, 7 days Orange County Jail, 2 days credit time served. No return to the property at 2200 Americana Boulevard. No contact with witnesses or victim. Abide by all trespass warnings and court costs.
All right, Mr. Smith, did you want to do that today?
What is that? You say time served?
7 days, credit for 2 days. You're out on bond for multiple offenses, so I would think about whether or not you want to do it or not, but.
I do the 7 days, 2 days credit, and what I have to burn out. I just get out then. Just EOS with this 5 days left. Yes. Okay, that's cool, ma'am.
You want to do that?
Yes,
Okay.
ma'am.
Did you read the plea form?
They gave me this, yes, ma'am. I read it. This
Okay.
it right here, right?
I can't see. Is that the plea form?
Yes, ma'am. This
Okay,
it right
talks
here.
about a bunch of rights that you're giving up by entering the plea?
Yes, ma'am. I read it all.
Okay, and did you understand everything on it?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you on probation anywhere?
No, ma'am.
Do you understand if you're not a U.S. citizen, the plea will subject you to deportation?
Okay.
Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. All right, I find a factual basis to accept your plea. I'll adjudicate you guilty, sentence you to 7 days with credit for 2 days time served. No return back to the party liquor store at 2200 Americana Boulevard. That seems to be a popular place today here. So you're not to go back there. You've been trespassed. If you go back there, you're going to get arrested again. No contact with victims or witnesses. Abide by the trespass warning. Pay your court costs by December 1st, 2021. If you'd like to appeal the judgment and sentence of the court, you must do so in writing within 30 days. If you cannot afford an attorney, one will be appointed for you. You also have reporting requirements, so if you need to report after you get out of jail, you need to comply with that. I'm not taking any action on your other cases, but Mr. Smith, if you come back again, chances are it's not going to be a good day.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, stay away from the party liquor store.
All right, thank you.
Yeah.
Miss Sylvia Williams, bonding, Your Honor.
All right, thank you. We'll take no action on Miss Williams. All right, good afternoon. Tell me your name.
Zarianne Samantha Alford.
All right, Miss Alford, you're here in 2020 MM 2018AO. You failed to appear for an arraignment on September 9th, 2020. And the judge did set your bond at $500. Did you want to try to resolve the case today?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, Miss Bush, did you have an offer?
Yes, Your Honor. It's an adjudication of guilt. Credit time served. No contact with witnesses or victim. No return to the Walmart located at, I didn't write the address down.
I can find it.
apologize. And abide by all trespass warnings, court costs, to include cost of investigation in the amount of $109.33.
All right, and so this was a notice to appear and then got filed as a petty theft one, for petty theft over 100, is that it? $100 or more? Petty theft of 100 or more. Okay. And
The $406.97 of merchandise was recovered.
it was recovered, okay.
Yes, Your Honor.
And so it's the 3101 West Princeton Street Walmart. Okay, you can't go back there. So if you
Yes,
want to
ma'am.
resolve the case today, do we know how much credit for time served? Is it
She has 2
2
days.
days? Okay. So, and I have to explain to you the enhanceable offense of theft. So if you plead to a petty theft and you get adjudicated guilty, that's strike one. And then if you get another one, it can be a petty theft with one prior theft conviction, and that becomes a misdemeanor of the first degree. And then if you get another one, it becomes a felony, or the state can charge it as a felony, I should say. Okay, so knowing the enhanceable offense of theft, did you still want to go forward with the plea?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Did you read the plea form?
Yeah, this one I did, yes, ma'am.
Okay. Is
It's
that-
the white piece of paper?
Yeah. Did you understand everything on the plea form?
Yes, ma'am.
And are you on probation anywhere?
No.
No. Okay. Do you understand if you're not a U.S. citizen, the plea will subject you to deportation?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, Your Honor.
All right, I do find that there's a factual basis based on the notice to appear in the court file. I will adjudicate you guilty, sentence you to 2 days with credit for 2 days' time served, no return back to that Walmart at 3101 West Princeton Street, abide by any trespass warning, no contact with any victims or witnesses, and there's a cost of investigation. I think it's to the Orlando Police Department.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, in the amount of $109.33 and court costs.
Your
I'll order you
Honor,
pay
do I
those.
have to pay that right now? I don't have.
I'm giving you a year, hold on.
Okay.
I'm not done.
Here.
And I'll order you pay your court costs and fees by December 1st, 2021. If you'd like to appeal the judgment and sentence of the court, you must do so in writing within 30 days. If you cannot afford an attorney, one will be appointed for you, ma'am. Good luck.
Yes,
And I
Honor.
did
Thank
not
you.
appoint PD for her. Thank you.
All refused, Your Honor.
Okay, I'm gonna find his refusal to be a waiver. Appoint the public defender, 2020 MM 4742AO. This was a warrant for a violation of pretrial release conditions. The judge did set the bond at none. And I'll take no action on the other case. All right, good afternoon. Tell me your name.
Osvaldo Alexander Quinones.
All right, Mr. Quinones, you're here in case number 20MM 2857AO. You failed to appear for a status hearing on October 2nd, 2020. The judge did revoke the release and set the bond at none. Does he have the public defender? Okay, you have the public defender in that case. You also have an out-of-county case out of Seminole County. You have a $2,000 bond. I'm going to appoint the public defender in that case for you. And I'm not taking any action on the out-on-release cases, and I'm not going to entertain a plea on the trespass because of motions that have been filed in that case, Mr. Thompson. All right, thank you, sir. All right, tell me your name, sir.
Robert B. Walker.
All right, you're here on 2019 MM 223AE. You failed to appear for a status hearing on November 6, 2020. The judge did order no contact with the victim on the capias and then a $2,000 bond. Does he have the public defender? Okay, you have the public defender's office representing you.
Can I say one thing? November 6th, I was incarcerated.
I can't hear anyway, Mr. Thompson, so. I can't hear what anyone's saying. I don't know. It's like the mask covers. The mask, I can't hear with the mask on.
Whatever the bond, whatever she said the bond.
I can't hear with the mask.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right. I think the mask inhibits my hearing. All right, tell me your name.
Robert Lee Walker.
Do we know what happened to Antoinette Lamb? I can take,
We
I
didn't
can.
realize that you were done.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was chit-chatting with Ann over here, making jokes. Which nobody laughed at. This is my second job as a stand-up comedian. All right, are you Antoinette Lamb?
Yes.
All right, Miss Lamb, you're here in 2020 MO 1276AO. You were arrested for an open container violation. There is probable cause. Ms. Bush, did you have an offer?
Yes, Your Honor, it's an adjudication of guilt, 4 days Orange County Jail, 2 days credit time served and court costs.
All right, Miss Lamb, did you want to accept the offer? You'll get out tomorrow.
Okay.
Okay,
Yes.
did you read the plea form?
Yes.
Do you understand everything on the plea form?
Yes.
Do you understand all the rights you're giving up by entering the plea?
Yes.
Are you on probation anywhere?
Not that I know of.
Okay, do you have to report to anybody? Are you supervised by anybody? Okay,
No.
just making sure. All
Okay.
right, and you understand if you're not a U.S. citizen, this plea will result in your deportation.
Okay.
Okay. I do find that there's a factual basis to accept your plea based on the affidavit in the court file. I'll adjudicate you guilty, sentence you to 4 days with credit for 2 days' time served.
Okay.
Order you pay your court costs by December 1st, 2021. If you'd like to appeal the judgment and sentence of the court, you must do so in writing within 30 days. If you cannot afford an attorney, one will be appointed for you. Looks like I wouldn't go back to that 7-Eleven area because they don't want people hanging out there. And if
Yeah.
you go back, probably just gonna get arrested again.
Yes.
Okay?
I-
All right.
okay.
And I did not appoint the public defender. All right, good luck.
All right. Thank you.
All right, tell me your name.
Stephen McCarter.
All right, Mr. McCarter, you're here in 2020 MO 1277AO. You're arrested for disorderly conduct. I do find that there is probable cause. Ms. Bush, did you have an offer?
Yes, it's an adjudication of guilt, 4 days Orange County Jail, 2 days credit time served and court costs.
All right, Mr. McCarter, did you want to do that? You'll
Yeah.
get out tomorrow.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, did you read the plea form?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you understand everything on the plea form?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you on probation anywhere?
No, ma'am.
You understand if you're not a U.S. citizen, the plea will subject you to deportation.
Yes, ma'am.
Is that a yes?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. I do find there's a factual basis to accept your plea. I'll adjudicate you guilty, sentence you to 4 days with credit for 2 days' time served. Order you pay your court costs by December 1st, 2021. If you'd like to appeal the judgment and sentence of the court, you must do so in writing within 30 days. If you cannot afford an attorney, one will be appointed for you. Good luck, sir.
Yeah.
Thank you. Tell me your name, please.
It's Milk Geraldo.
Mr. Torado, you're here in 2020 MM 1278AO. You're arrested for an open container violation. There is probable cause. And Ms. Bush, did you have an offer?
Yes, it's an adjudication of guilt, 4 days Orange County Jail, 2 days credit time served and court costs.
All right, Mr. Torado, did you want to accept that? That'll get you out tomorrow.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, did you read the plea form?
Excuse me.
Did you read the plea form?
What? I have to read this whole thing.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, do you understand everything on the plea form?
Yes, ma'am.
You understand all the rights you're giving up by entering the plea?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you on probation anywhere?
No, ma'am.
Okay. You understand if you're not a U.S. citizen, the plea will subject you to deportation.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, I do find that there's a factual basis to accept your plea. I'll adjudicate you guilty, sentence you to 4 days with credit for 2 days, time served. Order that you pay your court costs by December 1st, 2021. If you'd like to appeal the judgment and sentence of the court, you must do so in writing within 30 days. If you cannot afford an attorney, one will be appointed for you. You do have reporting requirements, so if you need to report when you get out of jail, you need to make sure you do that, okay?
All right, ma'am.
Good luck. And then, I don't know what the charge is here. Was that the petty theft? I can't remember. Okay. I don't ever put that in there. I think it was petty theft of 100 or more. Do you put that on there? Oh, all right. Just making sure. I know you do. All right. Good afternoon. Tell me your name.
Jameria Bennett.
All right, Miss Bennett. You're here in 2020 CF 14265AO. You were arrested for grand theft, third degree of a motor vehicle. I do find that there is probable cause. I'll appoint the public defender's office to represent you in your case. You're not to have any contact with any victim witness or co-defendant. Your bond is stated at $1,000. You're out on bond for grand theft, third degree of a motor vehicle in 2020 CF 10312AO. I'm revoking the bond, setting that bond at none. I'll appoint the public defender if you don't already have them in that case. They'll have to file a motion for you. Good afternoon. Tell me your name.
Derek Brown.
All right, Mr. Brown, you're here in 2020 CF 13803AO. You're arrested for burglary of a, this is a warrant, burglary of a dwelling, dealing in stolen property, false verification of ownership to a pawnbroker, and petty theft. And I'll appoint the public defender's office to represent you in your case. You're not to have any contact with any victim or witness. No return to the victim's residence or any pawn shop. The bond will stay at $10,000. Count 2, I'll reduce to $150. Count 3 will be $100. Count 4, $100. All right, thank you, sir.
Your Honor, Ms. Claudia is mental health.
Okay.
No, that's not public.
I'm gonna, does she have the public defender? Okay, so Ms. Claude has the public defender. Mr. Thompson, do you want to waive?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, so it's 2020 CF 2653AO. She failed to appear, and that was for a status hearing, and her bonds are set at none at this time, so the public defender will have to file a motion for her. Tell me your name, please.
Halani Coleman, Your Honor.
Mr. Coleman, you're here in 2020 CF 14280AO. You're arrested for destruction of evidence. There is probable cause. And did you fill out a form for the public defender? Okay, you did. And I'll
No.
appoint them to represent you in your case.
Can I say,
No drugs or alcohol without a valid prescription.
can I say something when you get
I
through?
would be careful about what you say. I'm gonna
Yes,
set
ma'am.
your bond at 500. I'm not taking any action on your other bond.
Thank you, ma'am.
Does she have the public defender in that case?
Do what?
Okay, I'm gonna appoint them for you in the other case.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, that's 2020 MM 8067AO. You have a court date coming up on the 10th.
December the 10th.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
it's okay.
Thank
December
you,
the
Your
10th.
Honor.
If you need to be there, make sure that you're there. Don't miss court.
I won't. I won't.
Okay, all right.
Thank you very much.
All right, good afternoon. Tell me your name.
Saeed Falula.
Okay, we have to call Miss Carestes.
Okay.
I guess she's covering for Mr. Stewart. You hired Mr. Stewart?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, Miss Carestes is gonna appear via phone for you today. Good afternoon, is this Miss Carestes?
Yes, it is.
Hi, this is Judge Wish, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Okay, and I saw that Mr. Stewart filed a notice of appearance, so you're just covering the IA for him?
Yes, that's correct.
Okay, and then can you tell me your name, sir?
Saeed Fadula?
Okay, and I have Mr. Fadula before me, and he's been charged in 2020 CF 14233AO with sexual battery on a person over 18, by a person over 18, and false imprisonment. I've reviewed the affidavit. I do find there's probable cause. And so this is an F1 punishable by 30 years. It's not a PBL. I know you're not here to talk to Ms. Bush or anything of that nature as it relates to any bond. So I don't know if you want to, do you want to be heard as to bond, Ms. Carestes?
I would just argue that a bond should be set. He is entitled to a bond.
Correct. Okay. So Mr. Fadula, I'm ordering first that you have no contact with any victim or witness in the case, okay? Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, no drugs or any alcohol without a valid prescription.
Yes, Your Honor.
No weapons, firearms, or any ammunition. You're not to return back to the Marriott Residence Inn at 11450 Marbella Palms Court. Do you have anything at the hotel?
No, ma'am.
Okay. All right. And so, Ms. Bush, did you wish to be heard as to bond?
Your Honor, the state only wishes to be heard as to one more condition of release, and that would be if he has a passport, that he surrenders his passport.
Okay. Mr. Fadula, do you have a passport?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And is that somewhere you can get to it?
It's in the house.
It's at the house? Okay, so I'm gonna order that you turn that into the clerk's office within 24 hours of your release.
Yes, ma'am.
Or you can turn that into Mr. Stewart.
Okay.
And he can turn it into the clerk's office.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay?
Yes, ma'am.
So you'll have to get it and bring it to him or the clerk's office downtown at the courthouse.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. And so I am going to set the bond on count 1 at $20,000. Count 2 will be $150,000. Did you want to be heard on anything else, Ms. Carestes?
No, Your Honor.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Right, thank you.
All right. Have a good day.
You too.
And,
Ferrero, bonded.
all right, we'll take no action.
And Mr. Jeffrey Snooper, bonded.
All right. All right, tell me your name.
Devontae Francis.
All right, Mr. Francis, you're here in 2020 CF 14251AO. You're arrested pursuant to a warrant. Probable cause was found for possession of MDMA and possession of drug paraphernalia. And I'll appoint the public defender to represent you in your case. No drugs or alcohol without a valid prescription. Your bond will stay at $1,100. Thank you, sir.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, good afternoon. Tell me your name.
Brenda Goodman.
All right, right, Ms. Goodman, you're here in 2020 CF 5865 AO. You were arrested pursuant to a capias for failing to appear for a trial management conference on October 21st, 2020. The judge did revoke the release, set the bond at $2,200. Does she have the public defender? Okay, you have the public defender, so you have bonds. If you're unable to bond out, they'll have to file a motion to modify that. All right, thank you, ma'am. All right, good afternoon. Tell me your name.
Yes, ma'am. My name is Shannon Iyer Grice.
All right, Mr. Grice, you're here on a Seminole County warrant. I've got 2 Seminole County warrants and an Orange County failure to appear. So the Seminole County cases, you have bonds at $1,500 on each case, and I'll appoint the public defender here. We'll also reach out to Seminole on your behalf. 2020 CF 1708 AO, that's a failure to appear here in Orange County. That was for a trial management conference on November 16th, 2020. The judge did revoke the release and set your bond at $5,500. Does he have the PD? Okay, you have the PD in that case. So if you're unable to make those bonds, you'll have to have them file a motion to modify that, but you do have bonds and everything, okay?
Yes, ma'am. Is there anything else?
That's it.
Okay. All right, thank you.
All right, tell me your name, please.
Sarah Jean Johns.
All right, Ms. Johns, you're here in 2020 CF 14284 AO. You were arrested for possession of cocaine. There's probable cause. I'll appoint the public defender to represent you. No drugs or alcohol without a valid prescription. The bond will stay at $1,000. Then you've got 20 CT 7341 AO. It's driving while license suspended. There's probable cause. Don't drive without a valid driver's license. The bond will stay at $500, and I'll appoint the public defender in that case for you as well.
Thank you.
All right, good afternoon. Tell me your name.
Donovan LeGrand.
Mr. LeGrand, you're here in 2020 CF 3666 AO. You were arrested for failing to appear for a status hearing on November 19th, 2020. The judge forfeited your bond and set your bond at none. Does he have the PD? Okay, you do have the public defender. They're going to have to file a motion in Division 14 to get your bond, okay? Thank you, sir. All right, tell me your name, please.
Lazarus Monvez.
All right, you're here in 2020 CF 14288 AO. You're arrested for grand theft, 3rd degree of a motor vehicle, attempted fleeing and attempting to elude a law enforcement officer, aggravated assault on a law enforcement officer with a motor vehicle. There's 3 counts of that: criminal mischief, and then resisting an officer with violence. So there's probable cause. I'm going to appoint the public defender to represent you in your case. You're not to have any contact with any victim, witness, or co-defendant. You're not to return back to where the offense is alleged to have occurred. No weapons, firearms, or any ammunition. Your bond on count 1 is stayed at $1,000. Your bond on count 2 is stayed at $150. Your bond on count 3, there was a bond correction as to count 3. I'm setting it at $2,500, which it was corrected to. Counts 4 and 5, I'll stay at the $150. Count 6, $100, and count 7, $150. You're out on bond. I'm revoking the bond in 2020 CF 5820AO and setting that bond at none, and you do have the public defender's office in that case.
Your Honor, Sarah Lopez bonded.
Okay, I had, and Ned bonded too? I had Jasmine Ned, 2002-6145.
No, ma'am.
She bonded, Your Honor.
She bonded, okay. And then Osorio Lopez, you said bonded? Okay.
Bonded.
All right.
Rakina Joshua bonded.
Bonded?
Yes.
Okay. All right, tell me your name.
Lawrence Rucker.
Mr. Rucker, you're here in 2020 CF 14275AO. You're arrested for possession of cocaine and possession of drug paraphernalia. There is probable cause. I'll appoint the public defender to represent you in your case. No drugs or alcohol without a valid prescription. Your bond will stay at 1,000 on count 1. Count 2, I'll reduce to 100. All right, thank you, sir. All right, tell me your name.
Man, Sean Sands.
All right, Mr. Sands, you're here in 2020 CF 14250. This is a warrant for possession of a firearm by convicted felon. Judge, set your bond at $25,000. I'm going to stay that bond. You're not to possess any weapons, firearms, or any ammunition. I don't have a form for the public defender. Do they represent you in your other cases?
No, ma'am.
No? Are you hiring your own attorney?
I already got one hired, yes, ma'am.
Okay. All right. All right, tell me your name.
Tremaine Skinner.
Mr. Skinner, you're here in 2020 CF 14269AO. You're arrested for sale and delivery of cannabis without consideration, possession of cannabis with intent to sell or deliver, and possession of cannabis over 20 grams. There is probable cause. I'll appoint the public defender. No drugs or alcohol without a valid prescription. The bond will stay at 1,000, 150, and 150.
They saying I have a warrant, and I had a hold to come up
I
here.
don't have anything else.
That was the reason I was held here, because they wouldn't let me bond out. I called the bondsman. The bondsman said I had a warrant. They just served me the warrant downstairs.
I see a local warrant detainer, but I don't have it.
It was served on him. He has a bond of 1,000.
Okay. So you have $1,000 bond on it, and unless you don't bond out, I won't see you till tomorrow on it.
They held me. I couldn't bond out without
Well, I
coming
think
to
they
court.
probably had to serve you with it. That was
But
probably.
then when I told them to let me use the phone, they wouldn't even let me use the phone. They brought me up here.
You can get out. Come on. Come on. I want you. Come on.
Hey, good afternoon.
Let me get
Okay. Tell me your name.
LaQuinton Smith, good afternoon, ma'am.
Good afternoon, Mr. Smith. You're here in 2020 CF 14277AO. It's possession of cocaine and resisting an officer without violence. There is probable cause for those offenses. I'm going to appoint the public defender to represent you.
Thank you.
No drugs, no alcohol without a valid prescription.
I have a bond, Your
I'm
Honor.
gonna set your bond at the 1,000. I'll stay that. Count two will be 100. Listen to me very carefully.
Yes, ma'am.
I could revoke your release on your other case today. I'm not going to do that.
Thank you, ma'am.
If you come back, it's not gonna be a good day,
Thank you, ma'am.
okay? Because what I'm seeing here is, and don't say anything, but if a police officer tries to stop you, you gotta stop. Because somebody's gonna end up getting hurt, okay? So you gotta stop. And if you need treatment, you need to get yourself some treatment, okay? So I'm not gonna take any action today, but there may be another judge sitting here on another day, or it might be me, and I may revoke the bond if you come back again,
Oh, thank you.
okay? Good luck. Get yourself some help. All right, tell me your name, please.
Robert Tarver, ma'am.
All right, Mr. Tarver, you're here in 2020 CF 11568. You were arrested pursuant to a KPS. The state did file an information charging you with petty theft with 2 prior theft convictions. A judge did find probable cause. So in that case, you're not to return back to any Lowe's. No contact with any victims or witnesses in the case. The bond will stay at $2,500. You've also got a Marion County warrant. I'm going to appoint the public defender in that case for you, as well as your other out-of-county cases. You've got a Lake County. So Marion County is no bond. Lake County is $2,000 bond, and another Lake County $2,000 bond. So
I'm
you-
sorry, Your Honor, he took pleas on those with Judge Carter
Oh,
yesterday on
All
the
three of them?
out-of-county warrants,
all three?
all 3.
Okay, all right. Okay, so for the petty theft, you have the $2,500 bond, okay?
All right. Thank you.
Huh? I had Marion, Lake, and Lake. So I had 3. Was there 3 out of county or?
It was 3 different warrants.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was 3 out of county,
And then orange.
there was a grand theft third that looks like this one was an add-on to it.
The petty
I'm
theft, 2 prior.
I'm showing an additional case on the information sheet.
Right, but he might have already been seen by that.
Yeah, he already did.
Yeah,
He
okay,
was, but
yeah.
I was just thinking that might be the
Oh.
other case that Miss Ann was thinking about.
Okay. All right. Tell me your name.
Donald Thomas Vanderelli.
All right, Mr. Vanderelli, you're here in 2020 CF 1427880. You were arrested for possession of MDMA. There is probable cause. I'll appoint the public defender. No drugs or alcohol without a valid prescription. The bond all set at 1,000. All right, thank you,
You said a
sir.
bond at 1,000?
Yeah, I reduced it from 1,500 to 1,000.
Oh, awesome. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, Mr. Judge.
Should be Wolf. He went earlier, probably two.
All right, tell me your name.
Lamar Wolford.
Mr. Wolford, you're here in 2020 CF 1427080. You're arrested for possession of MDMA. There is probable cause. I'll appoint the public defender. No drugs or alcohol without a valid prescription. No return back to the 618 West Church Street. They don't want trespassers there. Abide by the trespass warning, okay?
I've been trespassed from there.
Well, I'm saying they have an active trespass warning sign that you can't be there, so you gotta abide by that, okay? If you go back, you'll get arrested.
I'm trespassed from there.
Everybody's trespassed from there. It doesn't belong there.
I work there.
Okay, well, it says that 618 West Church Street has an active trespass authorization. So they don't want people there unless you're allowed to be there. That's what I'm telling you. Okay? That's the reason why they stopped you. Okay? All right. So I'm going to set your bond at 1,000. All right, tell me your name.
Alexander Alzate.
Mr. Alzate, you're here in 2018 CF 5799. It's an on-view violation of probation for your new law arrest of possession of drug paraphernalia that occurred on or about 11/26/2020. There is probable cause. Did you want me to appoint the public defender for you?
Well, I'm trying to get I got a lawyer for redoing the
You
job.
have a lawyer?
Yeah, I'm just
Okay.
gonna get in contact with my dad.
Okay, you'll see Judge Whitehead in a couple days for an arraignment. All right, thank you, sir.
Thank you.
All right, tell me your name, please.
Anquan Owens.
All right, Mr. Owens, you're here in 2019 CF 10189 AO. It's an on-view violation of probation. There is probable cause. And as well as in 2019 CF 10858. That's also an on-view violation of probation, and there's probable cause. I'll appoint the public defender to represent you in those cases, as well as 2020 CF 14289. In that case, you're charged with 3 counts of aggravated assault on a law enforcement officer, grand theft, 3rd degree of a motor vehicle, attempted fleeing and attempting to elude a law enforcement officer, attempted resisting an officer with violence, and criminal mischief. Your bond will stay at 5,000 on count 1. Count 2 is 150. Count 3 is 150. Count 4 is 150. Count 5 will be 150. Count 6, 150. Count 7, 100.
Right here is I'm on probation for burglary.
All right, thank you. I'm sorry, no contact with any victims, witnesses, or co-defendants, and no weapons, firearms, or any ammunition. Any ammunition. It's been a long day.
Your Honor, do I have a hold on anything?
Not that I'm aware of.
Okay.
All right, tell me your name.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. Andres Alexis Rolon.
All right, good afternoon, Mr. Roland. You're here in 2019 CF 545AO. And this is a violation of drug offender probation. And there's probable cause. I'll appoint the public defender's office to represent you. Your bond will be stayed at none at this time. And you'll see Judge Whitehead in a couple days for an arraignment, okay?
For a bond?
Yeah, you can talk to Judge Whitehead about a bond.
Okay. All right, thank you.
No victim witnesses or co-defendants, and no guns, weapons, ammunition. All right, tell me your name, sir.
Frank Brantley.
Mr. Brantley, you're here on an out-of-county warrant out of Osceola County. The judge did set your bond at none. I'm going to appoint the public defender to represent you on your out-of-county warrant so that you have somebody to talk to, but they should come and get you from Osceola, okay?
How many days do they have to come and get me?
They don't during the pandemic, but they'll come quickly, I'm sure, okay? Tell me your name.
Good day. How you doing, Johnny?
Is your last name Jean?
Jean, yes, ma'am.
All right, Mr. Jean, you're here on an over-the-county line arrest from Osceola County, and you were arrested for destruction of evidence, carrying concealed weapon, resisting an officer without violence, operating a motor vehicle without a valid driver's license, resist or fleeing and attempting to elude a law enforcement officer with lights and sirens activated, and grand theft, third degree of a motor vehicle. There is probable cause. I'm going to appoint the public defender's office to represent you in your case. You're not to have any contact with any victim or witness, no weapons, firearms, or ammunition, and you're not to drive without a valid driver's license. Your bond on count 1 is $150, count 2 is $150, count 3 is $100, count 4 is $100, count 5 is $10,000, count 6 is $150. You're out on bond in 2020 CF 358AO. I am revoking the bond and setting that at none. You do have the public defender in that case, sir. Thank you.
Your Honor, do you have Malero?
I do, but I don't know how I have jurisdiction on this case. It seems to be a Volusia County Sheriff's Office filing a charge of a violation of an injunction against domestic violence. And it's alleged that the victim received a letter from the defendant's, received a photograph via text message from the defendant's mother of a greeting card. And so I don't know why they didn't do a warrant. I don't know how I have any jurisdiction over it, and if it's not alleged that the offense occurred in Orange County. I'm sort of having a difficult time It's saying that Richardson admitted to sending the text message and that they responded to the jail to file charges against the defendant since he's in custody. Well, they need to get a warrant. I don't think I have any jurisdiction. I don't even know where.
Did they by any chance send that from the Orange County Jail?
Well, it's the mother that sent it. It says.
At his behest?
Right, but it's still a Volusia County Sheriff's Office affidavit. I don't know how they have jurisdiction to charge him.
It's a violation of their injunction, and if he sent it.
But it's not him sending
from
it.
Here.
It's not him sending it.
But the no contacts say or have any third
Right,
party.
but they need to get a warrant. There's no, we've had too many of these issues. You were out, Ms. Bush, and we had a ton of these issues coming up where they were just asking for holds to be placed on people for things that happened in Winter Springs. And, you know, this isn't an over the county line arrest. This isn't a private citizen arrest. Those are the only two that, I mean, it's not a, based on what I'm reading, it says on 11/30/2020, Deputy Johnson, that's a Volusia County Sheriff's Officer or deputy, responded to Volusia Sheriff's Office, District 4, in reference to a civil complaint. made contact with the victim. She said she has an active injunction for protection against her ex-boyfriend, the defendant, for something that happened in Deltona. They referenced the case number. So we're not dealing with that charge. We're dealing with, then she got an injunction. He's in custody, has a no contact order. On 11/26, she received a photograph text via text message from Maria Richardson, the mother of Mulero, the defendant, from a specific telephone number of a greeting card. She recognized the handwriting. I promised Joey I would send you this to his son. I'm deeply sorry for the things I said, but whether you like it or not, Julius is my grandson. On 11/24, he had been served with the warrant, or with the injunction, while he was here. They're to have no contact, directly or indirectly. So this Volusia sheriff is alleging they have jurisdiction based on the injunction that's out of, well, I mean, it's an injunction that's state, you know, it's any jurisdiction, right? So it doesn't matter where they are, they can't have contact, directly or indirectly. I'm trying to work this out in my brain. They're alleging that there was indirect contact through the mother, through the text message, and that occurred while he was in the jail and the mother's obviously not in the jail. And then a Volusia County Sheriff's officer filed a charging affidavit to charge him here in Orange County with a Volusia County case. So it's not an Orange County deputy filing an violation of injunction for violating the injunction while he's in jail in Orange County. It's a Volusia County officer or deputy filing these charges on a defendant who's in Orange County. I think that they need to file a warrant.
I'm looking at,
Or an Orange County deputy needs to charge him with the violation of the injunction in Orange County. I don't know how I have jurisdiction over a Volusia County, because this is not an Orange County case.
I'm looking at a Volusia County case.
Yeah, this
That
is
has
a,
an order that is signed by Judge Marquez. I don't know. I'm trying to see what the order is.
well, this is a seventh judicial circuit charging affidavit for Volusia County. So I don't know how I have jurisdiction over that charge. This would be going back to Volusia County. So I just don't believe that I have jurisdiction over this case because.
Okay, I see what this is.
So I think that they need to get a warrant. I think that Orange County either needs to charge him with the violation of the injunction for whatever PC that they can figure out, and then, or that Volusia needs to do a warrant and have him served with the warrant for Volusia County. But I don't believe that I have jurisdiction just because he's at the Orange County Jail for, I don't see it. I mean, there is PC for a violation of an injunction. I just don't think that that they did it properly, procedurally speaking, the charging. So, and, because basically they're saying that he responded to the OCSO jail to file charges against Mulera since he's currently still in custody. Well, they need to do that with a warrant. So I'm gonna find that I don't have any probable cause based on the jurisdictional issue, and that they need to get a warrant. Yeah. Okay, so again, that was Joey Mulera. Was he not coming? Sorry. He was behavior, okay. So I'm finding that I do not have jurisdiction, therefore no probable cause here in Orange County. On the Volusia County arrest affidavit, law enforcement needs to get a warrant for the incident in Volusia County or file an arrest affidavit for an Orange County case number, not a Volusia County case number. That's what I wrote on the order.
Your Honor, is he to be released ROR on those charges, or?
I'm finding no PC, so yeah, he'll be released ROR, and I think that he has a bunch of other out-of-county stuff. Okay. I just spelled it all out. Oh, good job.
It just gets so confusing. I'm sitting here reading in one of his cases, an aggravated assault case. I see Mr. Wickstrom's name, I see Judge Marquez's name.
I don't know what you're looking at.
I'm in comprehensive clerk of the courts website, and I'm looking at his Volusia County cases, one of which says it has an outstanding warrant, summons, or capias in it. But I'm scrolling through all of the text in there, and it's just because we're handling all of these out-of-county cases.
Yeah, Judge Marquez would be handling them, and so would Mr. Wickstrom.
And there was looks like a bond hearing, and
Yeah, Judge Marquez would handle bond hearings for the out-of-county on felonies. So, all right, anything else? Nope. Okay, we're in recess till tomorrow.